You've all heard the expression, nice guys finish last.
Oh, yeah.
What about the expression, nice guys blow you off?
I don't think they're considered a nice guy at that point.
Rebecca emailed us. She actually has gone out with a lot of jerks and apparently has finally found a nice dude, but for some reason he's not calling her back. Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for your email. Thank you for coming on the show. Tell us a little bit about the guy you want us to call.
First of all, I just want to say that I love your show. I listen to you guys all the time.
Oh, thanks, Rebecca. But don't worry, you don't have to suck up. You're already on the show.
Yeah. Plus, we already know that most people kind of do that anyway. So.
Oh, come on.
Listen to the show, I mean.
No, they don't.
So, yeah, I went out on a date with this guy, and he's different than most guys that I date because, like, I normally date guys who, like, have a lot of money and flashy cars, and they like to show off and show me off, and he's like a really nice guy.
Okay.
So I really liked him because he seemed really genuine and sincere, and my friends were like, oh my God, you have to stick with this guy if you want to be like in a real relationship and not just be arm candy for the rest of your life.
So you feel like you're just arm candy for other dudes?
Oh, totally.
And you seem like you're okay with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, there are worse things in life, but...
Rebecca, would you consider yourself a hot person?
Oh, totally.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot would you say you are?
11, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us what happened on the date.
We went to a comedy show, and we were having a good time, and we laughed. I mean, it wasn't like Jubal's comedy. Like, that would have been the ultimate date.
I know.
But
Seriously.
we were having a really good time, and then I invited him to come out after because I was going to meet the girls at a club, and he gave me, like, this tiny peck on the cheek and said he couldn't come, and then he left. And so I texted him to, like, just give him, a hint that I would definitely go out with him again.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't hear from him. And then I started to think, maybe he thinks I'm too hot for him.
Okay.
Okay.
You know how they say, like, couples, like, should look alike and, like, a 10 days a 10. And, like, I think he's attractive,
Rebecca,
but I mean...
Rebecca, you know what? I think you're awesome, but also things like that are things that you should think and not say out loud.
Rude.
You know what I mean?
I didn't say it to him. I'm saying it to you guys.
I don't know of any man on the planet who would not call Kate Upton back because they thought she was too hot.
You don't feel like he's necessarily on the same level as you, as far as looks are concerned.
It's really hard for me to judge because I'm so used to dating guys who are, like, super, super hot.
Okay.
I noticed that we didn't rate personality scale at all in this, or humility, or...
But that's what you said. You were looking for a nice dude, unlike the other guys that you've been with who are just about money and having you as arm candy and everything else. So sometimes you got to slum it, right?
Oh, come on.
Well, I don't have a lot of experience dating nice guys. So my friends just keep telling me that I have to make this one work. So I'm trying to listen to them. I'm trying to make a change.
I feel like nice is just code word for not attractive.
Yeah. I like it just to slum it with an 8.
Yeah. All right, but you liked him, though, right? I mean, you were attracted to him.
Yeah, I was attracted to him.
Your voice was going up high, so that's usually a sign of...
Yeah.
Like, he's not, like, a supermodel. He's, like, I don't know, like a B-list celebrity.
Okay, make sure to hold on to those compliments if we get him on the phone.
Yeah, the things that you're saying to us right now, you didn't say these to him, did you?
No, not at all. I mean... Other people kept coming up to me to, like, tell me how great I looked, but, I mean, that always happens. And I ran into a guy who I knew, and he sent us drinks and was flirting with me, but, like, I didn't flirt back.
Okay, well, that could be a turnoff if some other guy was flirting with you, especially if it's, like, a real hot, successful dude.
Yeah, but, I mean, I was there with John, and I stayed with John, and I did not reciprocate the flirting.
Okay.
Good.
And he turned you down, like, right after the comedy show, you said you were going out with your friends, and he didn't want to come along?
No, I invited him. He told me that, I don't know, he couldn't or he had plans or something, and he gave me a peck, and then he left.
All right. Right there, that would make me think that something happened.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're out with a hot girl and you have fun at a comedy show and she invites you to go somewhere, you're going to be like, yeah, sure, I'll come along.
Absolutely.
With her and her 6 girlfriends to a nightclub? I don't know.
Well, maybe not. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, just hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Rebecca is on the phone with us right now, about to do her second date update. Rebecca is very attractive. Rebecca knows that, right, Rebecca?
Yeah.
Doy.
There's nothing wrong with a little confidence, but humility is also a good thing.
Well, I'm not mean. I'm just pretty.
That's true.
Fair.
Maybe the guy was intimidated by you, and that's why he's not calling you back. Now, to remind everybody, Rebecca went out with a guy named John to a comedy club. After the show was over, she invited him out with her and her girlfriends to go clubbing. He said he wasn't into it, gave her a peck on the cheek, and hasn't called her since. Mm-hmm. And he's like the first nice guy she's ever gone out with, because Rebecca says that she normally just dates jerks who are into money and cars and just want to use her as arm candy. Rebecca, there's nothing you can think of that you did wrong on the date.
No, I mean, I told you the only thing was that we ran into that guy I knew who sent us some drinks and was flirting, but I really hope that he's not the reason.
Did you make it obvious that you weren't into that? Like you were on the date with John and you weren't flirting with the other guy?
Yeah, I mean, I was sitting at a table with John, and he sent us both drinks like he knew we were on a date.
But still
that
accepting
is
it.
Such a D-bag move, too, for that guy to do that. To just be like, hey, bro, here you go. I'll buy you a drink, too. Why not?
Which means Jubal's done it at one point in time.
It's very true. It feels really good when you do it, too.
Yeah.
We're about to call John right now, see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, hang on.
Hello?
Hey, is this John?
Yes, this is.
John, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5.
Who is this?
Jubal from Moving 92.5. How you doing?
What's up?
Not much. Just calling you because you recently went out with a girl named Rebecca to a comedy show.
Okay.
Rebecca emailed us and told us about your date a little bit, and she is wondering why you're not calling her back.
From what we understand, it's pretty hard to forget Rebecca.
Yeah, I mean, she's a beautiful girl. I think that she's quality people, you know. I just
That sounded so unconvincing,
Yeah.
John.
Searching for words.
Yeah. Did you not like Rebecca very much?
I liked her a lot. It's just I'm not sure what did Rebecca tell you?
She said that you guys went out to a comedy club, had a good time there, and then after she invited you out with her friends, and you didn't want to come. She did also say that some dude that she knows bought you guys both drinks and was flirting with her, and she thought that that might have turned you off a bit.
I mean, that was a little strange, I'm not going to lie, but you know, I didn't write her off for that. Something happened, you know. I went on her Facebook and I saw something there that made me feel like it's just not in the cards.
What did you see on her Facebook page?
I was going through her Facebook photos, and I was scrolling down, and I noticed a guy that she was with that looked familiar, and then I made the connection. He's a football player that plays for the Seahawks.
Okay, so she's hanging out with Seahawk players?
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, this is a big dude. You know, he's a football player, a professional football player, and there's just no way I can compete with that. So,
But that's it, dude?
That's the reason?
yeah, I mean, this guy's huge, and he's ripped, and he's famous, and he's loaded.
Who was it?
I don't even want to tell you.
Come on, just tell me who it was. I want to know.
No, dude, I'm not going to tell you. There's no reason for me to be putting this business out there.
Yeah, don't make the man fear for his life.
And also, you know, when we were at this comedy club, this comedian was up there joking about how white guy's junk is different than black guy's junk. You know what I mean? So there's
So you're like,
Insecure.
so in your mind, you're like, I can't compete on any level. I don't have the money. I don't have the other stuff.
and yeah, she was laughing about it, and you know, so clearly she knows that there's a difference.
Oh, man.
I mean, she's had T-bone steak, and I'm meatloaf. You can't really compare the two.
I feel so bad.
Hey,
Some confidence.
John, Rebecca is actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said. Rebecca?
Hey.
Wait, what?
Don't
gotta be
with me.
Oh my God.
Say hi to Meatloaf.
I just want to say that you really shouldn't think that I'm judging you just because I went out with a football player. I mean, yeah, he's ripped and he's fast and he's rich, but like you're nice, and I wanted to go out with you.
But I mean, you understand where I'm coming from, right, Rebecca? You know, I feel like you're used to one thing, and I'm the complete opposite. So I'm not sure we're a match.
Come on.
First of all, can't I be the judge on how different it is? I mean, I haven't even gotten that opportunity.
Ooh.
Second of all, maybe I don't want to be with a guy like that. I mean, NFL players call me all the time. I can date any one of them.
Rebecca, that's not going to help.
I wanted to go out with you because you're nice and you were funny and you treated me like a person instead of just a picture of a person. And I don't get
But Rebecca, do you see where I'm coming from? Like, what if the last person I dated was Scarlett Johansson? You know?
I don't get it because, first of all, I'm just as hot, if not hotter, than Scarlett Johansson. And
I'm not going to argue with that, but it's the principle. I mean, you have to understand where I'm coming from, right?
Hey, John, why can't you look at it the other way and go, wow, somebody who's with Scarlett Johansson is now with me. I must be pretty special, too. Like, why can't you look at it like that instead of just being like, I could never live up to that?
Thank you.
Rebecca, you've slept with an NFL defensive tackle, and I just can't get that out of my mind.
I can't get it out of mine now either. Thank you for the visual.
That's not fair. I've slept with a lot of NFL players, and they're not all defensive linemen, okay?
Oh, it's not
Rebecca,
helping.
I don't think you said that the way you meant to.
I got mad.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel here. John, I think you need some confidence. Do you not feel confident about yourself at all?
I have confidence, but I think comparatively, I'm just not sure it's what she's used to.
Everybody has a past, dude. Like, I mean,
The guy was an all-pro defensive tackle. He knows what he's doing.
I don't think having sex with a woman is quite the same as tackling a man.
it depends.
Depends
Yeah.
how rough you like it.
Yeah.
God.
Well, Rebecca, you got your answer. Let me ask you real quick, John. Would you like to go out with Rebecca again? We will pay for a second date.
Give it a shot.
Yeah,
man.
do it, man. I mean, come on. You might as well try it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a match.
Oh,
Seriously?
Yeah, like I said, Rebecca, I think you're beautiful. I think you're a special girl, but I don't think that we work together.
oh my God.
You have no idea what it was like with this other guy. I mean, he could have treated me like a football in bed, and you could treat me like a lady, and you're going to let it get in the way.
I don't now I'm sure John is going to be fixated on that, Rebecca. You're getting tossed around like a football.
I mean, I've got her number. If I build up some sort of mental block, maybe I'll give her a call.
All right.
Well, don't expect me to be sitting around waiting for your call, okay? Because it sounds like you have lots of issues that you need to work out.
Plus, she's going to be pretty busy. Training camp starts soon. There's going to be a lot of guys in town to hang out with. His email was just hilarious to me.
Really?
It just started with, I date hella,
What?
and I've never been blown off.
Oh,
So I need your help.
Oh my
this
God! Yeah, I mean, we already all have an opinion of him, right?
His name is Wesley. What's up, Wesley?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Not much. So you date hella, huh?
Hella. You know it.
Now that wasn't a joke, right, Wesley? You're being serious on that one.
I'm a aficionado of dating. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. So you go on a lot of dates.
Yep.
I don't think that that's probably a good sign. Is that you're going on a lot of first dates? It's usually that you get a lot of second dates. Is probably a better sign, Wesley.
It's not the way my first dates go.
Oh.
All right.
Okay,
Your first
sure.
dates are
Yeah,
successful, at least according to your email. You said you've never been blown off before, ever.
Never.
Really?
Not one time. Nope.
Okay. So who's the lucky lady who popped your cherry? Is that too much for being blown off?
This was months ago, and my memory is kind of like hazy, but I met this girl, Christy, at a friend's house party. So we had mutual friends. I never talked to her before that, but we met at this party, and, I use a line that works well.
Is it that you date hella?
It worked on us.
That is how I date hella, absolutely. So I use this line. I know a lot of guys have lines, but the line I use is I say, why don't we come back to my place, because I make a banging quesadilla.
What?
Okay.
It doesn't
Do you
say-
actually make the quesadilla, or that's just a line?
I make it from scratch.
Wait.
Secret ingredient, barbecue chicken.
Oh, that sounds
Okay, wait,
amazing,
but
actually.
you're telling me a quesadilla is what wins women's hearts over to come back to your place?
Yes. And some of them, they're like, oh, I'm not eating sugar. I'm on keto. I'm on paleo. I could do keto quesadillas, gluten-free,
Wow.
whatever you need.
All right.
You're the quesadilla master.
That's it.
So I guess dudes should take note.
Yeah.
All you got to do is be able to make a quesadilla, and you can get any woman you want.
Hey, seriously though, if you offer a drunk girl a quesadilla, there's no way she's saying no to that.
Okay. You know
No
what?
way. Did you offer a drunk me a
He is right.
quesadilla? There's no way I'm
Yeah.
saying no, man.
I think you're basically taking home anyone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all right. I'm interested right now. I'm not even drunk yet. So, is that how you met Christy then? You used the quesadilla line?
Yeah, and we ended up hooking up that night.
Mm-hmm.
And God, it was so long ago, I can't even really remember. We ended up hanging out a few times after that, and then we kind of lost touch. I don't really. I told you guys I date a lot, so
Yeah, we get it.
I can't remember why we stopped talking. I don't think there was ever like a conversation where we said, "All right, we're done." It just kind of went away, and
Why are you thinking about her now?
Yeah.
I was on Facebook, and you know how when somebody's profile pops up, it says, somebody you may know? It was her.
And you're like,
Okay.
oh, I remember that girl.
Yes, she is so hot, and I can't remember why I stopped talking to her. And a girl like that, I have no idea why we would have stopped seeing each other. Between having fun and her being just piping hot, I can't, I don't understand.
Okay, so you just want some answers.
Absolutely, yeah.
And can I ask you, since it's hard for you to remember, how many girls are you currently hanging out with right now?
I have 2 on the reg right now.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know. I mean, and here's the thing. I really don't even want to be exclusive with her. I just kind of want her back on the rotation, back on the regular.
All
What
right.
kind of offer is that?
Good old rotation.
Yep.
I mean, maybe she's got her own rotation going and it'll work for her, but have
probably
you contacted her?
I tried texting her because I still had her number, and, no response.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, this is really a love story. I cannot wait to get her on the phone and say, remember the guy who kind of remembers you?
Every time we hung out, we had a really good time. I don't even think if you asked her if she had fun with me, I guarantee her answer is going to be yes.
Okay.
So why do you think she's not texting you back then?
Honestly, I really don't. I can't put my finger on it. I really don't know.
Huh. I could put my finger on a couple of things for you, but I'll just leave those to myself.
I bet you would like to put your finger on a couple things, huh?
Okay.
I like to put my finger on those quesadillas. They sound
Yeah.
good. All right. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
The stomach is the most romantic organ in the body. Because the old saying goes, the way to a man's heart is through the stomach. And apparently, the way to a woman's pants is through the stomach as well. Because
Depends on what direction you're going.
Wesley is on the phone with us, and he has a signature move when he meets the ladies. Apparently, when he's out at the clubs or partying or whatever, he says that they should go back to his place because he makes a killer quesadilla. And the way he described them actually sounds pretty delicious.
Yeah, right.
Jubal actually was into it.
And apparently it worked with somebody named Christy, but now she's not calling him back. He also says that he dates a bunch. Like, he's constantly dating. He says he's got 2 girls that he's dating right now. And he was hanging out with Christy for a while. Then she sort of dropped off. He doesn't remember why. He tried to text her a little while ago because he saw her picture come up in his suggestions on Facebook, but she never texted him back. And that has not happened to Wesley before, ever in his life. Is that right, Wesley?
Oh, yeah.
And I have to ask you, Wesley, are you honest with these women about what your intentions are? Like, you'll tell Christy, I don't want a serious relationship. We just want to have some fun.
Brooke, you know what? I could tell that you don't like me.
No,
I could tell.
I think it's fine as long as you're honest with your intentions. I think it's fine to date around as long as you don't tell someone that you're looking for more or pretend like you're in a relationship with them.
I disagree. And you know what?
You disagree.
If you weren't as old as you are,
Wesley!
no.
Oh, you're coming for me like that, huh?
you would be into this if you were younger. You'd be totally into this kind of dating.
It does not have to do with age. I'm just asking if you're an honest person. That is an ageless thing, Wesley.
I'm pretty honest. I don't like to lead people on.
All right.
Okay,
Rude, though, because I'm in my 30s. Thank you very much. But whatever.
All right. Well, I will dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Cool.
Hello,
Hi, is this Christy?
speaking.
Hey, Christy, how are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hey,
Hey,
What's up? Like, what's up?
not
I
much.
don't know.
You listen to the show ever?
Yeah, I've heard it sometimes, but why are you calling?
Have you ever heard a second date update before?
Is that the one where like people call in and then like they haven't heard from someone or something?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly why I'm calling.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, what?
Well, you went out with a dude a while back, and you're not returning any of his text messages or phone calls, so he emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why you're not getting back to him.
Are you sure that was me? Because honestly, I haven't gone out with any guys recently.
Yeah,
So-
I guess I shouldn't have said recently. I think it was actually a little while ago. I'll give you his name, and then you can tell me if you remember
Okay.
going out with him. His name is Wesley.
The quesadilla
Okay.
guy. Do you remember the quesadilla guy?
Met at a party.
That guy.
Yes.
God. Oh my God.
Do you remember the guy that took you
Yeah,
home and
he's
made a
a douche.
quesadilla and you got...
Yeah, he's a douche.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
All right, so...
Yeah. Big douche.
No, I don't know what's going on.
And you hung out with him a couple times, right?
Yeah, no, I did. Honestly, I'm kind of upset about it.
Really?
that you hung out with him for a while?
Yeah.
Did you get his text message from the other day? He said that he was thinking about you and then texted you to try to get together again.
God.
That's a yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
So wait, why do you regret hanging out with him? He hurt your feelings, or
He's a jerk. Like, he's seriously such a jerk.
Whoa.
How?
I just, like, ugh. Like, what did he tell you about our interaction? Like, what did he tell you?
He said that you guys met at a party. You went back to his place for quesadilla. Really good quesadilla, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was good. I can't remember, like, what was in it. It was, like,
He said
Some sort of-
it's barbecue chicken that he uses.
Yeah, like
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. It was really good.
We can talk about dating him, or we can just turn this into like a food segment about quesadillas. I'm down with either, whichever you want to do, Christy.
he did say that you're very hot.
yes. And fun.
He actually can't even remember why you guys stopped talking.
Well, that's good. He didn't say anything about his birthday.
No, were you guys hanging out on his birthday?
We'd hung out a few times, and he's like a doofus, but he was charming.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like hanging out around the time of his birthday, and a couple days before, I decided that I liked him. I thought he was cool, so I made him this birthday card. I like made it by hand.
That's cute.
Yeah, I mean, I liked him. I wanted
Yeah.
him to know that I liked him. And when I gave it to him, he laughed and said, "Oh, whoa, you obviously care way more about me than I care about you."
Whoa. Wow, dude.
Ouch.
Oh.
So yeah, all that bad. And then he kissed me on the forehead.
Ooh,
ouch. Yeah, that sucks.
Oh.
That's not cool.
That's
Yeah.
like saying bless your heart,
Yeah.
but
Pat on the head.
Honestly, it was it was not great, but quite frankly, like even though it was like harsh, he was being honest about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He even like we had a conversation afterward, and he was like, "You know, I don't like I save my feelings, so you may want to save yours for somewhere else."
Whoa,
It was like
dude.
really harsh, but in a weird way, I had some respect for him because
Yeah.
he was at least being honest.
Yeah.
totally.
Quite frankly, the fact that he's calling in now because he can't remember pisses me off.
Oh, does it? Do you want
Okay.
to talk to him?
What? No.
Well, he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, so you could talk to him if you want.
Christy,
Wait, he's. Oh,
what's up?
are you kidding me?
What's up? You didn't text me back.
Are you? Did you hear anything? Did you hear anything
Yeah,
that
I
just
did.
said? But you heard
I
all
think
of
it's
this and you're
hilarious.
still saying, "Christy, what's up? Are you kidding me? You think this is hilarious? You think it's hilarious that you can't remember why we're not talking to each other?
I don't know. I just think it's funny. I'm sorry.
What? Oh my God, you are such a jerk! You have
Maybe
so
a little
little respect
hard.
for me that you can't even remember.
I mean, now that you mention it, yeah, I guess I remember. Okay.
Oh my God, no. So what do you even want from me? Like, I don't really understand what you want from me.
I
Do you think we should go out again?
I want to see you again. I really do.
No, you don't, dude. No, you don't.
What makes you say that?
Dude, you already tried texting me, and I ignored your text. Get a clue.
Yeah, I figured maybe you just forgot to respond. I don't know.
I didn't forget to respond. What you did on your birthday was inexcusable.
You're still upset over the birthday card thing? Don't you think you're overreacting a little bit?
Oh, wow.
No, I went through all of that effort to make that card for you, and you just treated me like I was your little pet. I feel so stupid.
Look, I didn't ask you to make me a birthday card, all right? That kind of came off a little clingy and a little desperate, so that's on you. I'm sorry.
Oh, so every time somebody does something nice for you, that's clingy and desperate, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I would have been just as happy if we did the same thing we did the night before. But no, you had to go make it all emotional with feelings and sprinkles and crap.
Oh, my God. This is just nonsense. This is talking to a lunatic.
I am so turned on right now. Get it out, please.
Turned on.
You're turned on? What are you turned on by, Wesley?
No.
Guys, just listen to how intense and passionate she is right now. Oh, I can't get over it.
Oh, man.
Ew, are you kidding me? You are gross.
Come on.
Disgusting. Come on, you. This is disgusting. You really think that this is working?
I do feel like, Wesley, you're kind of delusional.
Yeah.
Well, you're old. You're not into this. Christy, I heard you tell them that you had a good time with me, that we hung out, it was all good, you loved my quesadillas.
Yeah, I did like the quesadilla back then, before I realized what a jerk you are.
Talk dirty to me. I love it.
What?
Get angry.
God, no. You're ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry, Christy.
Can I please get off the phone? This is weird.
Well, in just a second, I need to ask you a question. Would you like to go out with Wesley again on a second date? Yeah, we'll pay for it.
Yeah,
Oh, my
absolutely
God.
not.
It's like you have two Wesleys on the phone right now with you, Christy.
What'd you say, Christy? I couldn't hear you.
Not a shot in hell. Really.
Oh, yeah, Wesley, I was surprised. I thought you were gonna turn her around to your side.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I think the best way to make a first impression on a first date is to show her your rage issues right away. You know what I mean? Just rage on the first date the whole time. Usually ladies like that a lot.
Anger to turn us
Yeah,
on.
they do. Oh, they love it. That's why Adam is on the phone right now. He emailed us about a date that he had that he feels didn't go so great because he was a little angry when he showed up to his date. Oh, no. Adam, how are you?
Hey guys, how are you? I'm good.
Hey man, first of all, I will say I read your email and the issue that you had in getting to your date and the way you acted on your date. I can't blame you. I think I would have acted the same way. I've been in this situation a lot. But go ahead and tell everybody about how you met the girl that you want us to call today.
So her name was Ren,
Ren?
and it was one of those friend of a friend thing. We were both single. They set us up. Thought she was real good looking. I was really attracted to her. Looking through her pictures, it really seemed like she was going to be a good fit. So I was pretty stoked on the date from the beginning before we even actually met for the date.
Right,
And
before you met and showed her your angry side.
Dude, I didn't mean to show her my angry face. That wasn't the goal of the date.
Yeah, but in your email you said you got there and you just raged for the whole time pretty much and you felt kind of awkward about it. Explain what happened.
I mean, I gave myself plenty of time to get to coffee. Last thing I want to do on a first date is show up late. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this ass turns into the lane in front of me and starts going 20 miles per hour. And I wasn't running late, but this guy, I felt like he was messing with me because I'm just sitting there. And I'm beeping and I'm honking and I'm trying to be nice first. And then I just lose it. I flip a switch and I start going crazy on this guy. And he's just such a ass because I'm just trying to get somewhere.
You are
Yeah, see,
still
you're
angry.
already
My
raging
God.
with us. We're just trying to ask
Because he
you.
was an ass guy.
Okay,
I
yeah,
know,
no, hey, dude, Adam, you're talking to the king of road rage right here.
Yeah.
I'm constantly pissed off in my
shaking
car,
right now.
so I understand.
You're still shaking.
So, yeah, you were angry about this dude.
Yeah, well, of course I was angry. Yeah,
Okay.
but, this guy who pulls in front of me makes me 10 minutes late, and that pisses me off. And I tried to let it go, and I guess it was just nervous energy. I just kind of wouldn't shut up, and I just talked nonstop pretty much the whole date,
Were you talking about this guy the whole time?
pretty much.
Do you have anger issues normally? Are you an angry guy?
I tend to think I'm pretty even-keeled guy, but
You sound,
Don't
you sound
sound
like
like
it. I asked you to recap the incident on the way to the date, and you just went off on us. So you sound like an
know,
angry
I'm sorry.
dude. Are you an angry guy, or are you?
I'm not normally, really an angry guy. I think it was just the nervous energy of going to the date, and I think that the mix of both of those things, I just kind of, had a tough time.
Did you explain to her that you were upset at a guy that
I
you?
did. I think it just came off,
angry.
Yeah, I can see how that happened.
Did she comment about your anger? Did she say, like, whoa, you're still pretty upset about this?
Not really. I mean, she was pretty quiet about it. She was really quiet.
Probably quiet because she was scared for her life. People get that way.
That's where I felt real bad with. I just kind of just talked nonstop for 45 minutes.
Ooh.
Did she get a word in edgewise?
I mean, not much.
All right,
Not really.
so you talked at her the whole time.
Well, I mean, at the end, I said to her, I asked her about going out on another date, and I apologized to her, and I said that, I'm not normally like this and all this stuff, and we slapped five.
You high-fived at the end of the date?
Oh, I wasn't going to kiss her. I was, like, sweating from being so nervous and pissed off.
What kind of five are we talking about here? Like on the side, down low, high five?
Up high.
Up high, all right. So you gave her a high five to say goodbye. Did you ask to see her
Well, we
again?
did interlock fingers, though, guys.
Oh, nice. That's almost a handhold. You almost held her hand on the first date. Did you ask to see her again?
Well, yeah, we talked about it, and I mentioned I'd throw her a text, and I texted her a few times, and I haven't really heard back. So I'm kind of curious. I know it didn't go great, but I thought it ended good.
After you apologized to her, did you say, oh, I totally understand, I've been there before, or?
Not so much.
So she seemed upset.
Yeah, I mean, I told her. I said I told her that my energy level was off, and I was really nervous for the date as it was, and then this happened, and it just totally threw me, and I feel horrible about it. And I told her that, and she seemed receptive to it.
Yeah.
But this whole situation, it didn't go well, and I really want a second chance because I think her and I could really do well together, and I think that even with my anger issues, the little bit of road rage and stuff, I feel like a girl like her could really calm me down.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Great. Thank you, guys.
All right. Try not to freak out. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Adam is on the phone with us. He wants us to call a girl named Rin today for his second date update. They went out, met for coffee. He was 10 minutes late and ended up being very frustrated from a road rage incident that made him late. Feels like he just vented about the thing the whole time and was just angry and didn't even let her get a word in edgewise while they had their coffee date. Adam, you about ready to give her a call?
I'm ready, man.
All right. I was thinking about this. Most girls, when they list the traits that they like in a potential mate, they usually say something like, I like a guy who's sensitive, a guy who's caring, good job, very responsible. They usually don't list potential homicidal maniac as a good quality. So that's probably why she's not calling you back. I mean, if you went on a first date with somebody and they showed up a little late, first of all, that's one strike against you, and then proceeded to just be angry the whole time, I doubt you'd be so willing to call him back, too.
I mean, I think that's kind of the issue, and that's why I'm trying to make it work with her again because I really do feel like I had a bad representation.
You want a do-over.
Yeah, I just want to try one more time. I want to kind of show Ren the Adam that I really am.
Okay.
Okay, and you think this call is going to do it for you? You've got a level head on you right now.
Yeah, can we just get this going so I don't get pissed off about it?
Okay. All right, I'm going to call it right now, man. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Ren, please?
this is she.
Hey, Ren, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio program.
I'm sorry, I think you have the wrong number.
No, I'm pretty sure I have the right number, Ren. There's not a whole lot of Rens, and I was given your number by a guy named Adam to call you today.
What?
Yeah. Adam is a listener to our show, and he says he recently went out on a date with you, but you're not calling him back. And he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask why.
How do you know him?
He listens to our radio show. Adam wanted us to call you to ask if he did something wrong on your date or there's a particular reason that you don't want to see him again.
I don't even really know how to respond to this.
I know
Did
it's
he talk to you about this?
He did. He told us that you went out for coffee and he said that he was a little late and he actually feels bad because he thinks that he may have been a little upset from a traffic incident and he wasn't very attentive to you on your date.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Is that a pretty accurate description?
Yeah, I would say so. I get this is what you guys do, so I don't mean to be disrespectful at all. I'm just kind of like,
No,
oh my God.
it's fine. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us. We just want to pass along a message to Adam and give him your perspective on the first date.
Yeah, I can talk about that. My experience with Adam
was very limited, and I'm not a very confrontational person.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very, very angry, and I think that the first 10 minutes of the time that we very, very first were introduced to each other, it was really just all about this driving experience he had being so frustrated with this other person.
Was he like cussing and stuff when he was explaining it to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it was so over the top that I would have need to have left, because I would have done that if it was really, really that bad. If he was.
That's what I was
going to
ask you, Ren. I was going to ask you if at any point you were scared for your life.
No, I wouldn't say that. It really wasn't like that, but it was pretty intense. Even when he finally went to go get us some coffee, which he did, finally pull himself up to be like, okay, I'm going to go get us some coffee. But
pulls himself together.
Even in that moment when he goes to order the coffee, I can hear him from all the way at the other end of the shop, and he's ordering, and he just sounds aggressive.
So was he like yelling at the barista and stuff like that? I'm picturing him just tearing up this Starbucks or wherever you're at.
No, it really wasn't like that. It wasn't like he was unkind toward the people around him necessarily. It's just the manner in which he was dealing with things. It was just like pent up. You know, when somebody's really upset about something, and even though they're doing something normal, it's in an abnormal way.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the other thing that was tough. It was manifesting in like sweat.
Oh.
He was so mad that he was sweating?
Well, I don't know if he just sweats, if that's a thing, independent of what was going on, but it seemed like it was fueled, or at least like made a lot worse by his emotional space.
Ren, it's called hyperhidrosis. It's just people who can't control their sweat glands. Okay, they sweat a ton. Maybe he has that.
How do you know this?
So you don't want to see him again because he's an angry, sweaty mess.
It's not just that he was sweating a lot and being angry. He was sweating profusely, like the palms of his hands. There was sweat dripping down him and then collecting like under, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, man boobs, you know?
Oh gosh.
He sweated out his whole shirt?
Like dark, just covered in sweat.
Oh, man.
It stains, boob stains?
Yeah, that's bad. If he's pitting out a little bit, that's kind of like, whoa, man, you sweat a lot. But if his whole shirt was sweated out?
I don't think that's being...
That's what I was concerned about, because I know that when I'm upset, like, I'll sweat a little bit, and that's normal, but it was, whoa, it was so much.
I'd be curious to find out if it's an issue or if it's just his anger that makes him sweat like that. Aren't you curious to at least know?
Honestly, maybe he's a really great person that just had a really bad day, but I just don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
I really don't.
That's cool. Thank you for giving us an answer. I appreciate it. But I really need to find out about this sweat, and that's why I'm glad you're still on the phone, because Adam is also on the phone and heard everything you just said.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Hi, Ren.
Oh, my God. First of all, I'm really, really sorry. Look, this is really, I'm sorry, and then I'm also, like, annoyed to be put in this situation. But I am sorry if you heard things that I said that are unflattering.
Oh, my God. You don't need to feel bad, Ren. Pretty much everything you said is true.
Oh, no.
I mean, I can kind of explain the sweating thing, the anger stuff. The sweating thing, let's start with that.
Point one.
So, I mean, I threw a hoodie and a coat on, and it ended up not being as cold out as I anticipated. By the time I was all pissed off at this guy in front of me, I started sweating in the car because I was blasting the heat, and I was so pissed off I wasn't thinking about it. The coffee shop had the heat on. I couldn't stop sweating, and I knew I was, and I know that my man boobs were sweating.
Oh.
Yeah, and that was a crappy thing for me to say about man boobs. That was rude. I'm sorry. That was just the first.
No,
it was
I
just
don't
the easiest.
care. That's what I think I want you to hear. It's like, I'm not that angry guy. I know I was sweaty. I know I was hot as and I thought if I didn't pay attention to it, you wouldn't mention it. Like, I was so lost in that date, and, like, I didn't know what to do, and I went home and showered right away. I was looking in the mirror, and, like, I literally, like, was mortified by myself because I was really excited about this date, and, like, I never tell friends about going out with anybody, but for some reason, I was kind of stoked on you, and I just crashed and burned, and I kind of do that a lot in life. And I just want you to know that I really am sorry. And as far as you and I are concerned, like, I'd love one more shot, just one more chance to maybe sweat it out with you and
sweat it out. Hey, Ren, would you like to go out with Adam again? I will pay for a second date. We can send you guys to a spin class or something where sweat is supposed to be there. And would you maybe give him another shot to see if he's not so flustered this time? He can do a better job.
Adam, I'm like, this is awkward, and I just want to say I appreciate you eventually being honest. I think that what I would have preferred is if you could have communicated this to me not on a radio station, because you did contact me and you didn't really ever just come out and say.
I totally get it, Ren. I mean, as crazy as I was there, it's probably crazier that I ended up on the radio with you right now. But I tried calling and I texting you, and, you never got back to me. And so, like, I felt like this was my last option of how I could get a hold of you.
Ren, will you do it? Will you go out with him one more time?
Come on, Ren. We've never had anyone be so sincere.
Will you drive, please, just so we're safe?
And he's funny.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
One more day. Nice. All right. Ren, thank you for your time. Adam, congratulations. You got your second date, man.
Thank you, guys. Ren, this is going to be great. I promise you. I'll see you soon.
Adam, 2 words before your next date, all right? Gold bond. Okay?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
The text in at 78592 about today's second date update. It just says 4 words, gold bond and Uber. Which could have helped out Adam a lot on his date.
Yeah.
He wanted to call a girl named Ren. He was a little late for their coffee date. He got into a little road rage incident on the way. And he thought that was the reason why he wasn't getting a call back, because he was just venting about that the whole time.
Yeah.
It's partly why he wasn't getting a call back, but he was also super sweaty.
Yeah.
Because he was nervous and upset, and I guess he was just drenched in sweat the whole time.
Well, and he dressed wrong. It's hard sometimes, You do the sweatshirt and the coat, and then you realize it's too late. I mean, like, once you start sweating, you can't take any of it off.
No, you have to leave it on because now you have pit stains.
Yeah, and now it's like 80 times worse.
Yeah.
And like, what a bad day to start already with the rotor incident and then just keep snowballing.
Yeah,
It's a bad sign.
It was a spiral. But
That is
I
definitely.
think they're going to recover. I think they're going to be good.
Yeah, they decided to go out again still. And he'll just make sure that he wears enough deodorant and maybe takes that texter's advice and gets some Gold Bond
There
and
you
rubs
go.
down and everything else to make sure that he doesn't get too sweaty on his next date.
I really think he needs to learn how to layer clothing. It's going to help him a lot.
It will, definitely. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Okay, you go out on a date with someone and they don't get back to you. That's where we come in. We'll call them and find out why. If you want a second date update of your own, you can just email us, Brooke and Jubal at moving925.com, and we'll see if we can get to the bottom of it for you. We've got Kenny on the phone today. Kenny, how are you?
Hey, I'm all right, guys. How you doing?
I'm good. You don't sound all right.
Sad Kenny.
Well, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Confused Kenny.
Spell it out for us, Kenny.
All right, Kenny. So you emailed us. Tell us what your email said.
Well, I had a date.
Mm-hmm.
It was a blind date. Her name was Olivia, and we went to a movie. We were going to go to a movie and then out to eat.
What movie did you guys see?
We saw the new Batman movie. So I know it's not so new anymore, but
That's all right.
I mean, it's
That's fine.
He was at the discount theater, but that's fine.
yeah, a little long, but it was good.
Okay.
And we seemed to be hitting it off, even though we were in the theater. We would make comments on the film a little bit, and maybe I was a little bit nervous, but I don't know. I had a little bit to drink before I left, just a beer before I left the house. No big deal.
Okay.
All right.
And we left the movie and went to go out to eat, and I said, okay, I'll be right back. I went to the restroom, and I came out, and she was gone.
Really?
She just left.
Wow.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That happens more than people think, because we've got a lot of emails where people will just ditch somebody.
Yeah.
So did you try to get a hold of her after she left?
Yeah, I called her cell, and she didn't answer, and I thought maybe she was by my car because that's where we originally met, the theater, and she wasn't by my car. So
Do you know if she has IBS?
what is IBS?
Irritable bowel syndrome. Sometimes you just got to take off from places when you have it.
It's true.
No, I didn't get to know her that well, unfortunately.
And no, like, awkward or offensive comments you could think of?
No, nothing I can think of. I mean, it's pretty clear to me she doesn't want second date, but
Right.
what's really bothering me is that I have no clue what happened.
All right, so you know obviously that she probably doesn't want to go out with you again, and you're ready to hear why.
Yeah, I'd like to hear why. I think I deserve that.
Okay, we're going to call Olivia right after Neo, Let Me Love You. It's Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Okay, we've got sad Kenny on the phone. Kenny went out on a date with a girl named Olivia. They went to the movies, and after the movies, he went to the bathroom and she was gone. Kenny, are you ready to call her?
I'm ready.
You don't really care what she says. You just want to know.
I'm a little nervous.
Right.
I think Kenny's the most prepared of anyone because he's already faced it. Like, I'm going to hear the worst.
I think sad Kenny's going to cry.
Oh.
I think sad Kenny's been crying. All right, sad Kenny, hold on, okay?
Hello?
Hey, Olivia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm Moving 92.5.
Jubal,
Hey.
what's up? Are you phone tapping me?
I am not phone tapping you.
Be the worst phone tap ever.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. Like, no surprise to it at all. No, I'm not phone tapping you. I'm doing a second date update on you. Are you?
Oh.
Any idea who that could be?
Yeah, I don't go on a lot of dates. I know who it is.
Okay, you know who it is. So, it's a guy named Kenny. Now, you ditched him right after the movie that you guys went to with no explanation and haven't called him back or anything. Okay.
We've deemed Kenny sad Kenny.
Sad Kenny?
Yeah.
I have another name for him.
Oh, you do?
What is that?
Drunk Kenny.
Oh. All right. He did say that he had a beer before you went to the movies. Was he drunk on your date?
Yeah.
How drunk?
Well, I didn't do a blood test on him, but, I mean, he was definitely intoxicated. I could smell it. He slurred some of his words.
Ooh, that's bad.
And the reason why I just bailed without saying anything, which I would never do, he goes, well, let me go use the bathroom. And I walk around the corner, and I see him peeing in the parking garage.
No way.
Yeah, seriously. And I don't know if he's, like, too drunk to remember.
Kenny is on the phone. Kenny,
Yeah,
do you remember peeing in the parking lot?
I do not remember that.
All right. When we talked to you earlier, Kenny, you said that you had a beer before the date. How much did you drink, really?
I had one beer and just a couple shots on the way out the door. Well, I remember almost all of the movie. I did not think that I was that drunk, and I'm kind of in shock right now that she thinks I was that drunk.
Do you usually take a couple of shots on your way out the door?
Well, I just haven't had a date in a while.
That's the way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that explains a lot.
What do you mean? What else does it explain?
I mean, I just remember when I first came out, I don't know. I can hold a lot more than that. I'm surprised it shows that much.
So, Olivia, if you listen to that, don't worry. Kenny can get a lot drunker if you want him to.
Can anyone hold Olivia partially responsible for letting this dude drive home, though? Why didn't you offer him a ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hammered. You should have known better, Olivia. Let's turn this all back around on you.
I'm just saying, there's got to be,
It wasn't listen, it was more turned off by the fact that he showed up drunk and then he was peeing in the garage. And I think I didn't even think about that.
Okay. All right, Kenny. Well, there's your answer. Does that
Can I ask her if she'd want to try again under different circumstances, like a daytime tea date or something?
Tea?
You certainly can. At the end of these, we say we'll pay for your second date if you're interested. So, Kenny, go ahead and ask her out.
Would you like to start over, Olivia, with maybe coffee or something?
I'm sorry. I don't think so. That's a big deal to me. Somebody who drinks a lot, I just can't do it.
What are you, charity church mouse over here?
Hey, I understand her point.
Yeah, because you're a vegan who doesn't drink and didn't have sex until you were 24.
Brooke just wants every single one of these to go out on a second date. Have you noticed that? Every time we do one, no matter how bad it is, she's always like, oh.
No matter the red flags that are there.
So-
I mean, it's just not cool for me.
So you don't want a second date then with Kenny?
No.
You realize that's going to drive him to drink even more now. The email for today's second date update said, "Help! I went out on the most romantic date of my life, and now he isn't calling me back."
Oh, no.
So I'm assuming if it's the most romantic date of your entire life, skee ball must have been involved, and probably a quarter pounder.
I would take
And
that,
maybe
actually.
finish up the evening with a dipped soft serve cone.
Oh, damn.
Man, that is romantic.
Good.
We'll have to ask Heather and find out if that's what happened, though. Heather, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. So you went out on the most romantic date of your life, and now the dude isn't getting back to you.
Yeah.
Did it involve any of those things? Did you guys play skee ball?
No.
No?
Although that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Well, you said romantic, so I assumed skee ball was.
Fun, though.
Dude, where'd you meet the guy that you went on the most romantic date ever with?
Well, he actually does business with my dad. And, my dad is the type of guy who's always like, you should date my daughter. And,
Oh, no.
and I'm usually pretty resistant, but he kept talking about this guy and just said he was really, really great. And he kind of convinced me, so I gave in, I guess.
You actually agreed to
And-
go on a date with somebody that your dad recommended.
Wow.
I know, it sounds crazy, but he sounded like a great guy. And then I met him, and he is. So
Yeah, that's the craziest part. You actually had to own up to your father that he was right.
that was the worst part.
What's his name, by the way, the guy that you went out with?
Trevor.
Trevor, okay. What was so special about him?
First of all, he's like super good looking, funny, smart, intelligent.
Wow.
I was skeptical, but he was everything my dad said.
Yeah.
Really?
Sounds like your dad had a
Oh
crush
my
on him.
God.
So what happened when you meet Trevor? Where'd you guys go?
He took me to this rooftop of a building, and there was this amazing dinner laid out with like flowers and
What?
wine. I mean, he had to spend a lot of money to set that up.
Okay, wait, hold
Wow.
on, though. I would almost be freaked out. On a first date, walking into that is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little weird at first, but I go on so many dates where it's just like, hey, let's go to the bar and get drunk, So when this happened, I was like, not going to say no or second guess.
That's very
So
good
you said
point.
a rooftop. Was it a rooftop deck at a restaurant? Because the way you said it sounds like it was just a private thing.
Yeah, it was just a private thing.
Oh,
It
my
wasn't
Wow.
even, yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, wait, and you hadn't hung out with this guy at all. Like, did you know anything really about him yet besides what your dad told you?
We talked a little bit leading up to it, and he just asked me what my favorite foods were. And then when we got there, he had chefs make my favorite foods.
Oh,
Wow.
Is he like...
It's too much. You're doing too much there, in my opinion.
Yeah, and how do you follow that up with the second date? My God, that's why he's not calling you back. He's like, well, I did the best I could, and now it's over. We peaked already.
Maybe, but we had such a great time, and he said that he couldn't wait to see me again.
Yeah, how did you guys end everything? A helicopter ride?
We rode jetpacks over the city.
Yeah.
So I just, on the way back to our cars, he, stopped me, and he said he really wants to kiss me. But then he's like,
Yeah.
I'm a gentleman, and, I want to treat you with respect. So I want to wait a couple more dates to kiss you.
Oh, my
He
God.
is playing it so good, though. I
Jeez.
mean,
The man.
kind
Seriously.
of cheesy, but so on point.
Oh my gosh, I'm blushing.
Yeah.
It was the best date of my life.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, it almost feel unreal, the whole thing. Like it was all just a dream.
It kind of did feel like that. And then
Wow.
after the date, we were texting for a couple days, and he was being really sweet and just telling me how much he wanted to see me again.
Oh, okay.
And then all of a sudden, he just stopped texting me, and I haven't heard from him.
Have you had your dad check up on him?
No, I did ask my dad, though, if he'd talked to him recently. And, they don't work directly together. They just do business together. So he
Right.
said he hadn't talked to Trevor in a while
Oh.
and hadn't heard from him. And he said he would call, but I just thought that was too weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor,
Yeah.
this is Mr. Heather here. What's going on, bud? Why are you not calling my daughter back? That would be awkward.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is there anything that you could think of why he would just stop talking to you?
No. I mean, we had a great date. I don't think so. He was the one being ultra romantic, so
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine he was
scared.
And the follow-up emails about how he can't wait to see you. Like, why would you even go there?
The whole thing just confuses me. I have no idea why he would just completely drop out of my life like that.
Well, we'll try to figure it out for you. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
They say that romance is dead, but that's not true. Romance isn't dead. It just doesn't want to talk to you.
That's actually true in this case.
And that's what happened for today's second date update. If you're just joining us, Heather is on the phone. She actually went out on the most romantic date she's ever been on with a guy named Trevor, and now Trevor isn't calling her back. They actually met through her father, who does business with Trevor. I guess her dad's one of those guys that always recommends that people should date his daughter. You know how that goes. And she's usually skeptical, but she actually went out with this dude, and it ended up being the best date she's ever been on.
God, I'd say.
So now we need to call him and figure out why he's not getting back to her. Heather, here we go.
Oh.
You ready to call him?
Yep, I'm ready. I just really want to know what's happening.
I know.
It's like the best date of my life.
I'm really hoping for a reasonable explanation. But if I was going to play bad cop, do you think that there's any way that this guy may be like a super player and like, you know, the private chefs, the rooftop dinner.
He knows what he's doing.
The line at the end with the kiss.
Yeah, but those types of guys, you know, they just want to hook up with you and leave, and that never even happened. And plus, he spent a couple days texting with me.
Yeah, he didn't even kiss you. He actually said, "I want to kiss you so bad right now, but I'm a gentleman and I can't."
Even when you say that, it makes my heart melt, and you're not even sober.
Oh my God, I feel the same way, and I'm not even you.
All right.
I gotta start using
Well, let's call this dude and find out why he's not getting back to you.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Trevor.
This is Trevor. What do you got?
Trevor, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What is that?
That is a radio show.
Jubal is your name?
Yes, it is. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning. What can I do for you?
Good morning. Well, I actually have a question about a date that you went on. One of our listeners emailed us about you. And I'll just get to brass tacks. I can tell you're a business kind of guy.
Yeah, he straight to the point here.
Okay, whatever. Do what you need to do.
All right. So here's the deal. You recently went out with a girl named Heather. You remember going out with Heather?
I do remember going out with Heather, yes. Why are you asking me about it now?
Well, because Heather emailed us saying that after your date, which was the most romantic date she's ever been on, by the way, after your date, you stopped texting her, and she's wondering why.
Wow. That's a real grown-up move there, Heather.
What? Wait, I don't get it. Like, are you upset by that? Are you being sarcastic, or?
That she emailed the radio station to complain about why I'm not calling her after our date.
It wasn't a complaint.
Not to complain about it. She's just like in the dark. She doesn't know why you stopped talking to her.
Mm-hmm. Well, all I can say is I'm good there.
You're good there.
What? Wait, you're telling me that you're good there and you put that much effort into a first date?
We talked to Heather, and she told us about the date you took her on, the private meal on a rooftop with all of her favorite foods made by private chefs. Yeah. That's a lot to do for a lady.
That's kind of just what I do.
That's what you do on all your first dates?
No, it's just kind of what I do in life. It's little details are important, and if you can ace the details, then you're going to ace the test.
Okay,
so
it's not a test.
So this wasn't even that crazy of a first date for you.
For me, no.
For her,
it was. For her, yes.
Right. Okay.
But I knew it would be that way, and it was all by design.
You knew
Okay,
it would
wait.
be that way.
I'm confused. The way she described you, you were charming, you were romantic, and right now you're coming off as kind of a smug a-hole.
Well, you call me in the middle of my business day in a situation like this. I'm not going to be particularly happy about it.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay,
so
I can
we can get you
understand
on the
that.
phone as quick as possible if you wouldn't mind just telling us why you're not wanting to talk to her.
Look, we had a lovely time, and I got what I wanted out of the date.
What?
You get what you wanted out of it, but you didn't even kiss her at the end. What did you want out of it?
A dinner?
If you must know, I did it for a business deal.
What?
You did it for a business deal going out with her.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I sometimes do business with her father,
Yeah, she told us that.
and sometimes
in a deal. The numbers can all line up and it can all look great, but it's really the personal touch that closes. And this guy clearly had a soft spot for his daughter. She was a good-looking gal. He mentioned that it might be a good idea that I date her, so I called her up and I took her on the best date of her life.
So you're telling me that you used her as a stepping stone in your little effing career?
I'm not saying that, no, but I will tell you that 2 days later I closed the deal.
You are oh my.
So,
once the money comes
so
in.
you took her out just to close a deal with her father?
Not just to close the deal. We had a nice time. She had a nice time, I'm sure. It wasn't a wasted night in her life.
Yes, it was. You were texting her afterwards and you couldn't wait to see her again. You played with her emotions. You totally let her on. You're a total
Jeez, Brooke.
Look, you can call me names all you want, but I'm just being honest with you guys. You called me, and I'm the one closing multi-million-dollar deals on a regular basis.
Yeah, but you didn't have to, like...
Use
I mean,
people.
couldn't you just go, yeah, sure, I'll go out with your daughter and take her on a regular date and not try to be super romantic about it?
So I should take her on a date?
Or,
I guess-
hey, I don't know. Maybe you just don't use his daughter at all and you're actually a good businessman and you make a deal without having to use somebody's daughter in the process of it.
Listen, sweetheart, in business, you do whatever you need to do to close the deal, okay? I closed the deal. The day that you're doing things like that, you can come talk to me, but I'm the one who knows my business.
Good look.
And by the way, her dad offered her up.
She's
So I'm going to take advantage of that.
It's not a bonus structure, you asshole.
Dad's fault.
You are an asshole. He didn't offer me up. Oh, my God.
Boy.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on here?
Trevor, that's Heather. She's actually on the other line listening and wanted to talk to you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
You f***ing used me. You took me on this romantic dinner. You told me all these things that you loved about me, how you wanted to see me again. Like, what the hell was that? That was...
And you had a great time, right?
Yeah, I had a great time because I believed you really liked me.
I do like you, Heather, but that doesn't mean I'm going to marry you. That doesn't mean that we're obligated to have anything beyond that night.
Oh, man.
You are the biggest ass I have ever met in my entire life. I've never met someone as awful as you. Ever.
I don't really have much of a response to that. All I can say is that at the end of the day, ask yourself this question. Were you going home with me if I asked you?
No.
That's all the look in your eye at the end of the night. If I wanted to take you home with me, I 100% could have. And I didn't. I didn't even kiss you. I respectfully ended the night with you. So when it comes down to it, I was a true gentleman, no matter what you might think about.
Really? Really? You were a gentleman by wasting my time just to get a business deal with my father.
At what point did I sign a contract with you that gave me any obligation with you whatsoever?
You have an obligation just to be a good human being. Like, life is not business. You don't do this to people.
I never once treated you unkindly or disrespectfully until you called the radio station trying to call me out.
He's right.
Yeah.
No, he's not right.
He didn't
It's
treat her
totally-
badly when they went out.
He treated her like an object, okay? Whether he said it to her face or not, that's as disrespectful as you freaking get.
He was nice about it.
Oh my God, you guys are idiots.
I'd like to go out on a
Yeah,
nice
but then
date.
you stopped texting me completely. So I don't really think that that's treating me well. Do you? Just leaving somebody hanging like that after taking them on an amazing
Yeah.
date? You couldn't even just be honest and be like, actually, I went out with you to close the deal. Like,
Oh, that's
I
kind of...
might have even respected that a little more, but I had to call a radio station and get them to talk to you? Give me a break. I'm going to tell my dad to pull the deal with you. Like,
Well, it's a little late to pull the deal. Deal's closed, so it's not going to happen.
Dude, Trevor, how do you have like zero remorse whatsoever?
You know, I might feel a little bad about it, but when I open my bank account, I feel pretty good about how my business is going.
Oh my God, you narcissistic.
I feel sorry for you because you may say you have a bunch of money and you love your business, but you have no heart and no soul, and I pity you. You're going to end up alone.
Look, you never would have known about any of this if you hadn't done this bull thing that you're doing right now.
I would have still been
You
wondering.
could have had the fantasy for the rest of your life of the guy that you could have had, and whatever happened to him? Well, we sure had a nice time that night.
Why not try to have another nice time? Trevor, would you like to go out on a second date with Heather? I know you have money, but we'll pay for it.
Please don't even offer that. I don't want to go.
Are you sure?
You know what, Heather? I think there's another deal that might be good for your dad in a couple of months, so maybe we just wait until then.
Oh my God, you did not.
Oh, Trevor, I can guarantee you my dad will not be doing any more deals with you.
Trevor, thank you for being brutally honest with us.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Oh my God, I'm angry.
Heather, I'm sorry you had to find out that you were just a pawn in his game of trying to get some business done with your dad.
Yeah.
I guess it goes to show you don't listen to your dad anymore.
That's a good point.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 that says, I honestly like this guy's style. I'm a businessman, and I would do the same thing to get my sale.
That is
he is
so
money-driven,
man.
and she was leverage, and he used it. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about the second date update. If you missed it, this girl Heather wanted to call a dude named Trevor. Trevor took her out on the most amazing date she's ever been on. She went out with Trevor because her dad was like, hey, I know this guy. I do business with him. He's really great. You should go out with him. Her dad does that all the time, I guess. She usually says no, but she said yes this time and had a wonderful date. We got Trevor on the phone to find out why he wasn't calling back, and it turns out he just went out with her so he could close the deal with her dad. He said he wanted to show her the best time of her life, and he did, so that she would go back to her dad and like rave about it, and he could get the deal done.
This
and
is
it worked.
so gross. I mean, I don't know how people are supporting him. He's using like another human being as a pawn in a business deal that has nothing to do. Like, maybe if she was involved in the business or something, I would maybe understand it a little bit more.
I actually thought this guy was going to get ripped more than he is. It's pretty split. There's a lot of people that are like he's kind of a douchebag, but there are a lot of people texting in like, man, you got to do what you got to do to get a sale done.
So gross.
Some people are like, well, at least he didn't use her and like sleep with
did
her.
use
he didn't.
her.
He didn't kiss her.
It doesn't
Didn't do anything like that. He just took her out on a great date, showed her a great time, and got the business done. And I guess, according to our text message board and our listeners, that's what life is all about.
Yeah, you guys are messed up. We need to talk priorities in a little while, okay?
Want to do a second date update? All you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email us, brookandjubal at moving925.com. We will call the person that didn't call you back. Adam is on the phone with us right now. He sent us an email about a girl named Robin. They met online and went out for a night of karaokeing. What's up, Adam?
Hey, what's up, Jubal? Hey, Brooke.
Hey, Adam. What's your karaoke song of choice? What'd you use to impress her?
Living on a Prayer is like my go-to. So.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty popular one.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So tell us about Robin.
Well, we met online. She was great. I was actually really excited to meet her, which isn't always the case. But I picked her up, and we were really just getting along really well. She was laughing at all my jokes. She was really, like, cute and funny, and I liked her. So we took the date to the next step, and I took her to my karaoke bar.
Nice. It got serious at that point.
Usually the next step means something else.
I want to move this along to the next level.
For guys, that's a big
We're going to
step.
karaoke. So the date, did you feel like it went well? Was there a moment that you thought it was taking a downturn?
I thought it went great. We were, having some drinks, having a good time. It's kind of a popular bar, so it took a long time to get up. But then I went up on stage. I was killing it. I did kind of... So I've got a move that I do when I sing the song, and I do this high kick. And
Okay, so again, we're wondering why she wasn't calling you back, huh? We're
still a mystery.
Figure that one.
Hold on. If you could see it, it's pretty impressive.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Really? It's your signature move.
Hey, everyone's got to have one. I've got mine, right?
Could you
But
see?
I maybe kind of tripped when I did it.
Oh, no.
I kind of fell backwards, so that wasn't too smooth. But
right.
I got back up. I finished the song, so it shouldn't be like that big a deal.
Did you take it as an opportunity to like make fun of yourself and be self-deprecating?
Exactly.
Okay.
You gotta play it up, and you can't pretend something like that didn't happen. So you just roll with it and make a joke out of it.
Right.
It was hysterical. I mean, everyone thought it was hilarious. So.
It killed. It did awesome.
That's what I stand by. Laugh at you or with you, it doesn't matter.
Either way, as long as we're having a good time.
How'd your date end?
Well, I don't really remember.
Oh.
I know I woke up at home and Like, the next day I had to take a cab back to the bar and get my car.
Was it from drinking or was it from a concussion from your wild dance moves?
I think I just maybe drank too much and probably caught a cab or something.
Adam, how do you leave that out of the story that you were blackout wasted during karaoke?
I don't think I was blackout wasted. It just got like a little murky at the end.
Do you know how you said goodbye to her then? Do you remember leaving her?
Not exactly, but...
Okay.
See, normal people just check their memory.
I know myself. Even when I drink too much, I'm still fun. I'm still, like, a nice guy. I'm never, like, mean or anything, so...
Oh, no.
Have you tried to call her?
Yeah, I've called her 4 times, and I texted her, and she hasn't gotten back to me. So I thought we had a really great time. I wanted to get back in touch with her.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we're going to call her in about 3.5 minutes. Play a song, come back, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, awesome. Thanks.
All right, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Adam is on the phone with us. Adam emailed us about Robin, who he went out on a date with. They went out karaokeing. He got wasted, doesn't even really remember saying goodbye. Do you want to call her for a second date, Adam, or are you calling her to apologize / find out what happened with the rest of your evening?
I want to apologize, I guess, but I want to go out with her again, so let's call her.
I'm assuming you did something blacked out that you don't remember.
I hope not.
All right, we're going to call her right now, get her on the phone, and get your second date update. You ready?
Yeah, okay.
Hello?
Hi, is Robin there? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Robin? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? She can hear, right, Adam?
What? Like, is she deaf?
Yeah, she's a hearing person.
Okay.
Oh.
I just want to check and make sure because she couldn't hear me there. I'm going to try and call back.
You guys.
I don't know why she would have a phone.
Yeah.
I know.
Or why Adam would invite her to karaoke just to like rub it in her face.
Yeah, no wonder she's not calling back, Adam, you jerk.
Oh my gosh, Jubal.
Trust me, I'm singing this amazing.
All right, here we go. I'm trying to call her again. Obviously, there was a problem with the connection.
What is wrong with you?
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is Robin there?
Speaking.
Hey, Robin, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Hey.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'll just be straight up with you. Somebody emailed us and wants us to get a hold of you to find out why you're not getting back to them.
Okay.
It's a guy named Adam. Do you remember going on a date with him?
Yeah.
Do you think he remembers going on a date with you? I know he was drunk.
He was.
Okay.
I think so. We had a really good time.
So you did have a good time with Adam.
Yeah, it was cool. It was nice.
You didn't even mind his high kick during his karaoke performance?
No, actually, that was hilarious.
Okay.
Wow.
If you had a good time, why aren't you calling him back?
I don't know. I just thought, it was just like a one-time thing type of deal.
Did he do something stupid while he was drunk?
Oh, yeah, he definitely did stupid stuff while he was drunk. He tried to kiss me, and he was like pausey, tried to touch me or whatever during the date. But it was funny.
So, did that bother you? It doesn't sound like that bothers you, though.
Normally it would bother me, but after you see him fall on the stage, I realized he was way, overserved.
Robin, you're awesome. Yeah. I want to go on a date with you.
So you had a fun time. You're not mad about his drinking. Why do you not want to go on a date with him? I am baffled.
There's a secret that I have that I just didn't tell him,
A secret that you have?
Yeah, and it's not a boyfriend. Can you believe that?
Are you?
That's what I was going to say.
Are you actually Rob and not Robin?
No.
Roberto.
What it is that I have a baby, and so I never told him that.
Oh.
What? You have a baby?
Hey, Robin, Adam is on the phone right now. He just heard everything you said.
Oh.
You have a baby?
Well,
You didn't
yeah,
have a
I mean,
baby.
but
Why
it doesn't even matter.
Was that the baby in the background?
Yeah, that's him in the background. I'm actually trying to feed him now.
Oh, how old is he?
Oh, he's like 5 weeks old.
That's a
Weeks.
newborn.
Wow.
Hold on. You had a baby 5 weeks ago? That's not something that you would tell me?
I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, now I have to talk about it, and I really didn't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? I just wanted to go out and have a good time.
No, I don't know what you mean. How you like? That's kind of a talking point.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go out and have a good time. I didn't want to get all deep, you know?
Well, apparently you got pretty deep.
Yeah.
So you were just enjoying the night off from watching your baby, and you had fun, and you just aren't interested in going out again. Is that it?
I mean, it's like this. If he really likes me, he'll quit partying so much and stay home and watch the baby with me, then sure, I'll go out with him.
Wait a second. Hold on. How are you going to look for somebody and try and, like, make me completely change who I am and not even say who you are, not even, like, on your dating profile?
I'm just saying, if you want to go out again, those are the rules. Those are the stipulations. And besides, I didn't call you 4 times after the date. You called me. So.
Wait, it's got... Oh, my gosh.
Where's the baby daddy at?
He's not at the karaoke bar, that's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Where's he at?
I mean, he's around, but he's not, really relevant. So it didn't really matter.
So he's not in
There's a guy who's around, and you're going out on a date with me?
Well, he's around enough to watch
what's
the
even
baby.
the point
So,
of that?
I mean, in that instance, you better be glad he's around, because otherwise I couldn't have gone out.
He was watching the baby. I don't think she means he's around like he's a boyfriend. He's around like he's still taking care of his kid. That happens, man.
I feel like I'm on Jerry Springer a little bit. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like I'm on Jerry Springer a little bit.
I'm not the one that called the radio station. You did. It wasn't me. It was you. I just wanted to go out and just have like a fun, crazy night out, and we met, and it was cool. Don't put it on me.
You know what? There's other websites for that kind of thing.
Right. Adam, what you may have felt like was a connection may have just been your paternal instincts kicking in. You knew you wanted to be a father. Hey, you guys, we will send you out on a second date. We'll pay for it if you'd like to go out again. Robin, you interested in going out with Adam again? Have a good time?
I mean, if he can adhere to the stipulations, yeah.
Adam?
Those are some steep stipulations.
Look, I really liked you, and I'd be open to seeing where it goes. I just don't want to feel like, there's absolutely no point in seeing each other again if I'm not going to commit to you forever on a second date.
So he wants to go out again and give it another shot.
Robin, that's a pretty good offer right there.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, we can see, I just don't want to do anything major or anything serious. We can go out on the second date. That sounds cool.
Perfect.
Nice.
We'll send you guys out again. That's awesome. I really didn't expect you guys to agree to a second date, but that's cool.
Make sure you guys schedule it on a night that your baby daddy can babysit.
You know what? Along with us paying for the date, I will offer my services as a babysitter. Robin?
Run, Robin.
Pro bono, for free. I'll watch that little tyke. Is that what they're called?
You can't just put them in a closet, right?
No, you don't. You just throw some food on the floor and they're good. I'm actually kind of surprised that the guy on the phone for a second date update today actually wants to do a second date update. Because in his email, he said that the girl he was out with spent the whole time on her phone.
Oh, so annoying.
It's a problem I've never had because usually girls are so mesmerized by my beautiful hazel eyes.
Shut up.
They never even think about staring at their phone screen. Only time they do it is actually take a picture of my eyes because they want to show their friends. Anyway, I guess we'll talk to Jesse and see why he wants to call this girl back. So, Jesse, your email said the girl you went out with was on her phone the whole time. Why do you even want to do a second date update?
Well, she's actually a really cool person, and besides the fact that she was on her phone the whole time, I do like her.
Okay.
We did have some conversation.
I feel like that this is such a good example of men who really love the chase. Because it sounds like the girl was really bored on your date if she's on her phone the whole time.
I guess I didn't think about that part.
What's her name, first of all?
Oh, her name's Lori.
What did you guys do on your date when you went out?
We just went out to dinner.
Okay, and how much of the date was she on her phone?
A lot.
A lot.
Was she texting someone else, or was she like, oh my God, look at this Instagram picture I just put up?
I couldn't tell. She had like her phone like kind of where I couldn't see the screen, but she was on it and was definitely typing a lot. So I assumed she was texting.
She like live tweeting your date?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Did you ever say, hey, can you put the phone down and concentrate on the conversation, please?
I actually did. I said it kind of rudely, I think. It was bugging me a lot. I was getting kind of pissed off about her being on the phone and she'd be mid-conversation and would not be paying attention to what I was saying, and I'd ask her a question and I'd say something and she wouldn't answer, and so I kind of blew up at her, I guess. I kind of yelled. I didn't yell, but I said it loud enough to where the tables next to us kind of looked over.
Really?
No,
what did you say?
I was just like, who are you texting? Like, I was in the middle of talking, and she obviously wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you're like, hey, person over here across the table who's probably going to pay for your expensive dinner. Would you mind putting the phone down for a second?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I think I did come off as a jerk.
So did she put her phone down at that point? Were you guys actually able to enjoy the rest of the date?
She did put her phone down, but the date wasn't too enjoyable after that.
All right.
Awkward moment.
So is that why you think she's not calling you back, because you yelled at her about being on the phone?
I'm afraid it is. After the date, I apologized. I tried to explain to her that I was wanting to hang out with her. I'd been so excited about finally having a date with her, and I just wanted to talk to her, and she was on the phone the whole time, and so I was also nervous something was wrong. Maybe it was a family issue or something, but she wouldn't tell me who she was texting, and she just kind of hugged me, and then we went our ways, and I haven't heard back.
You didn't say, like, can we try this again?
Yeah, I did. I was like, please let's meet up again. And she just kind of nodded, yes, yeah, okay. And I was like, all right, well, I'll text you, and I texted her a couple times. And
we know she knows how to use that phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's getting that text message.
We know that she's seen your text for sure. She hasn't gotten back to you at all. Not a word.
No, not anything. And I'm not trying to be overbearing and get on her a whole bunch, but I at least need to know a reason. I mean, if she's mad at me when I yelled at her, I don't know.
You just want the opportunity to explain to her that, hey, sorry I snapped, but you were on your phone the whole time, and that's pretty rude.
Yeah, and I feel like I did explain that afterwards, but it was right after it happened, and I just kind of want to, if that's the problem, I'd like to apologize to her again about it, and and try to have another date, and maybe whatever she's on the phone with about, she can not do that next time, and I won't yell at her.
What makes her so special? I mean, if you're online dating, I'm assuming that you have some other options you can go with.
Yeah, well, honestly, she's gorgeous. When I first started talking with her, I thought she was too pretty for a dating website, but then I got to know her a little bit, and we have a lot of the same interests, and, I don't know, I would like to get to know her more.
Do you want this to be more of a hookup, or are you actually trying to date this girl? Because from the sounds of your date, it sounds to me like you want to see her again just so you can hook up, and you're not actually interested in dating her.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely part of that.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be too honest here, but
I mean, I'd definitely like to hook up with her. I don't know, maybe a relationship too. I don't know. I mean, anything can happen. We're both young, and
you just want another chance at whatever it is.
Yeah, I feel like I put a lot of effort into it. There was a lot going on, and I guess I'm really just confused by the whole situation. And
okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update. All right?
All right, cool.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I actually don't know if I should do today's second date update.
What's that?
You there, Jesse?
Yeah, I'm here.
Jesse wants us to call a girl named Lori. They went out on a first date. Lori spent her whole time texting while they were on the date. He even called her out for it, got kind of mad at her, and then things got awkward at that point, and the date was sort of over after he called her out for the texting. Jesse, I think I shouldn't do this second date update.
Why?
Well, because I've got a little bit of insider information. The person she was texting on your date was me.
That is not true.
Yeah, she was texting me the whole time like, hey, this guy Jesse's a bore. I need a real man to swoop up in here so I can enjoy my evening.
Yeah.
You still want me to do the second date? You still want my seconds? I guess I can give them to you.
Yeah, I know how to better you, so it'll be fine.
Oh, gosh, Jesse.
All right. That's the gist of it, though. Jesse went out with this girl. She spent the whole time texting. They got in an argument, and she hasn't talked to him since. We're about to get her on the phone and find out if she wants to go out with him again, even though she didn't seem very interested on your actual date, Jesse.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone number. We'll probably get her on the phone because I'm assuming it's attached to her hand at all times. And find out if she'd like to go out with you again, okay?
Awesome.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Lori, please?
This is Lori.
Hey, Lori, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
How come, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Well, you could start by letting me know why you're not calling my man Jesse back. You
What?
remember going on a date with a guy named Jesse?
Yeah?
Well, Jesse listens to our radio show, and we do a segment called the Second Date Update. Jesse wants to know why you're not calling him back.
Oh. That's weird.
It is kind of weird, and I know it's a weird phone call to get, but do you have a few minutes to talk to us about your date with Jesse?
I guess so.
Okay.
Sure.
I have a question for you. So Jesse told us a little bit about your date. He said that you were texting the whole time during your date. And then he told us at one point he called you out for it, and you seemed a little annoyed that he did that.
Yeah, he got really mad at me.
You said that.
Is that the reason why you don't want to see him again?
It's just one of those things where it just didn't work out. It just wasn't a good fit.
Okay.
Were you like disappointed when you saw him?
No.
Why were you texting the whole time on your date?
I was just texting my friend because it was about something he said that was so nuts that I couldn't even believe this was happening. Like, I thought I was like on like a hidden camera show or something.
Wait, something Jesse said that was so crazy?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I mean, it was just bad, and whatever. It's not that I really don't want to talk about it, really.
Well, here's the thing. Jesse wants us to do this, so he probably should know for future dates if he's saying something so outrageous that you have to text your friend in the middle of it. It might be helpful to him to know what he said.
Yeah, okay. So he asked me, like, kind of what are you into, and I was like, oh, I'm, kind of into photography right now. Mm-hmm. Just stuff that I like to do, and
Just normal first date talk.
yeah. And then I was like, I asked him what he's into, and he said, I'm really into Hitler.
What?
No way. Oh, you had to be kidding.
Is he talking about a different Hitler or the most famous Hitler?
I thought it was like, oh, is there a band called Hitler? Which is weird, but like, what?
That's a little shocking.
Oh my God! And then he said, "No, seriously, I can't get enough of Hitler right now. He's amazing."
What? He's amazing.
God.
Yeah, I'm half Jewish too, so it's even worse.
Oh my God!
It's just like I don't even understand. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Like, and then he starts going off on all these facts about Hitler, like things that you wouldn't even know.
Did you tell him?
Like fun facts about Hitler or whatever. Like it was so weird, and I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So that's why I was texting. Because I was texting my friend, I was like, what do I do? What do I say? Like, what am I doing? And then he gets mad that I was texting.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, Lori, when you're out with a guy who's like, I love Hitler, and then you're on your phone, he's like, put the phone down now. What did you say to him?
I just couldn't. I was like, it's not like it's a teaching moment, right? It's not like I need to reach across the table and go, hey, man, probably shouldn't talk about your love of Hitler on the first date.
That is a good point. Hey,
I just, like, I'm telling you this now. I still can't believe it.
Speaking of teaching moments and letting him know that he shouldn't be talking about his love of Hitler on a first date, Lori, he's actually on the other line listening right now.
What?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
I'm shocked too because I had no idea that this was even something that was an issue in the date or something that came up.
I mean, it was an issue. It's an issue. It's an issue. Like it's like a universal issue.
Yeah. No,
It's like a hateful, horrible thing, and you're like into it. And what?
No. Like the man himself was. He was crazy. It was the person, he was an artist. He drew stuff. Look, morality aside, okay? That's crazy stuff. He was an amazing person, you know?
No. Morality's kind of the point.
I know this sounds bad, but I was just bringing up other facts about him. I mean, he's very interesting to me. The things that the person he was before things happened. You know,
Before things happened?
I'm just saying that I've been reading a lot. We were talking about things we've been doing. I've been watching a lot of documentaries, and I just can't get enough of watching and learning. And it's fascinating. It's so fascinating that person, that human.
It is fascinating. I'll say that. Like, I watch documentaries. It's fascinating. It's a very, very bad mark in human history, but it is fascinating. Is that what you were trying to say, Jesse, rather than you're a fan of Hitler?
Yes, I was not saying I do not support his issues. I do not support what he did.
You said, I'm really into Hitler right now.
Right. Like, you know, like I'm really into baseball right now. I'm really into, I don't know, rocket science. I don't know. It was something I'm studying. It's just something I like to learn about things. It's what I'm learning about right now. I'm just learning a lot about Hitler. I keep learning more and more things, and it's crazy how much is about this guy.
Oh, my God.
That's what you want to learn. You're a fan. You're a fan. People are fans of, like, One Direction. You're that kind of fan.
Hey, don't you dare talk about One Direction, okay? We don't want to remember the things that they've done for society.
Terrible.
Look, I'm not saying I'm a fan, okay? We were talking about what we're into right now. It's what I'm reading about. This is totally getting taken out of context.
So why don't you say it like that, Jesse? Why don't you say, I've been watching a lot of documentaries about Hitler, and I find them very interesting.
Even so, who even says that? Like,
exactly.
Don't even bring it up. I'm even trying to make up excuses for you now, and I can't.
You were texting the whole day, and then you wouldn't say anything. If you had told me that you were upset,
because you seemed like a crazy, evil person.
Yeah.
All right, think about it. All right, what's worse, texting on a date or talking about Hitler?
What?
Right? I rest my case.
I guess they're both
I
bad.
don't even know what to do with that, really.
They're both really bad things to do on a date.
I would argue that the texting is the lesser of the two evils.
Well, it's not like he did anything Hitler did. He just said he likes to watch documentaries about him.
He's not as bad of a guy as everybody thinks he is.
He's the worst guy ever.
Lori,
oh, my gosh.
at this moment, I would like to ask if you'll go on a second date with Jesse. We will pay for it.
Not even. No. No. What?
Sorry, Jesse. No second date for you.
My God.
That's fine. It's okay. If she's going to get upset about little stupid things in conversation when she asks me a question.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you got a bunch of history to catch up on anyway. You don't need to be going on dates right now. Right?
Exactly. Whatever. I've got plenty of other people I can hang out. I've got a group that we meet up and we talk about all kinds of stuff. So
I bet you do. Cut up bed sheets.
It's not like that, dude. Seriously.
For the most part, long-distance relationships only work out in the movies. Adult movies, specifically.
What?
It's long-distance relationships always work out in adult movies.
Uh-huh.
Google it, but that's not
No,
important
thank
right
you.
now.
That is a bad thing to have on your search history.
Because Dresden is on the phone right now, and he apparently went on a date with somebody who's not calling him back. And it's actually kind of a long-distance thing. I don't know all the details, but we'll get it from him. Dresden, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, what's up, man? You can call me Drez.
Drez? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just wake up, Drez? Are you in a different time zone?
You're just sad?
No, I'm good. Sorry.
That's all right.
All
right.
Sad.
Drez, so what's the name of the girl you want to call today?
Her name's Sierra.
Sierra. All right. And your email said that she lives in another state?
Yeah, we met online.
Okay.
So we hit it off right away. She was the type that she seemed really intelligent. She made me laugh. I made her laugh.
Awesome.
And we really hit it off. So I said, you live far away, but maybe I could just fly down. We could actually meet in person, spend a little time together, see if it works.
How long did you guys talk online before you decided to meet in real life?
A few months.
All right. So
Okay.
that's a good amount of
Yeah,
time.
so you feel like you really know a person by then.
As much as you can,
Right.
Online, yeah.
All right. So how was it when you actually went to go see her?
Dude, that's the thing. It was amazing. The best day. So I went down on Friday. We, of course, got something to eat. She, gave me a tour of the city. We walked around. We saw nature, went on a hike. But it wasn't, platonic. It was a very romantic kind of connection.
You can tell,
Okay.
your whole personality, I feel like, just got uplifted even talking about this date.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it was a great experience. I mean, so great that I had booked a hotel, but I didn't stay there. Put it that way.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Also, so great that she's not calling you back.
Oh, come on.
Jubal, you gotta
Why do you
say
got
it
let's
now.
let's live in the moment, Jubal.
Well, I think this is the moment.
Well, okay,
Why-
let's live in the past then.
Back to reality.
Why do you think she's not calling you back then?
That's the whole thing. Because it was like, okay, when I was leaving, I was legit sad to go back home.
Yeah.
And, we're at the airport, and she's dropping me off, and I'm like, next time you're coming to see me, right? And she was like, of course,
Yeah.
that's a done deal. Of course, I'm going to be up there to see you. And then I get home, and initially we're texting and calling and everything, but then it just, slacked off after, 2 weeks. And the text slowed down, and the call slowed down. And, I know she's a busy person. I'm a busy person. She's got a lot of friends, so she's got a pretty full social calendar.
Right.
But I'm like, this was an amazing weekend that we shared. It was not your typical weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did you feel like you were basically, I would feel like you're starting a relationship. Like, that's more than a date to spend a whole weekend with somebody.
That's how I felt, and I really thought it was mutual. It's not like we put any title on it or were in a full-blown relationship or called each other like boyfriend or girlfriend or anything. But that's the vibe that I was getting before I left.
Totally.
Was there anything awkward that happened when you guys were hanging out?
I wouldn't say awkward. The deal was sealed, so...
Oh, right.
Okay.
That's unawkward.
It's always a good sign.
But maybe it's something, did you say something in the 2 weeks following that turned her off or made her rethink the whole thing?
Trust me, I have combed over everything that I've said, all my texts, trying to figure out, is there anything I could have said or done that turned everything sour? And I just can't figure it out. So that's why I came to you guys for help.
Okay. And is she not talking to you at all?
It's almost non-existent at this point, man.
Wow.
See, that's always something. When you go from texting all the time nonstop, you can just feel there's some kind of shift in the vibe.
Right, yeah. It just seems like something's going on. I just want to know if it's not popping, I get it, but let me know something. I'm just dangling here.
Maybe it's super romantic and it was too much for her and she doesn't know how she could live without you and so she cut it off now instead of later. I don't know.
Terrible logic.
Whatever. I'm just trying to give...
That's comforting.
I think it could be something good.
Do you think maybe it could be the distance?
That's the only thing I could think of, dude. Maybe people are in their ear oh, it's never going to work because you guys are so far away.
Yeah, it's not an adult movie. They only only stay together long distance in adult movies.
But why wouldn't she just talk to you about that, right?
Exactly. We're adults.
You're adults, and it's obvious that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, man.
All right, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
We're in the middle of a second date update, and Drez is on the phone. Today, he wants to call a girl named Sierra. They actually live long distance. They met online. He went to travel to visit her. They hung out for an entire weekend. He said everything went great. They even sealed the deal. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, you're not?
I have
Okay.
no idea.
It was a contract.
What sort of deal did you seal, Drez?
I'm a gentleman, if nothing else. I'm a gentleman.
No, right.
I still don't understand what you mean.
Dude, they slept together.
What?
Yes.
Like in the same bed?
No. Oh, God. Let's just say yes. and
Drez,
move
did
on.
you guys sleep in the same bed?
Yes, we slept.
Wow. Hot and heavy. No, they definitely had a great time, and then he came back home, and since then the conversation has fizzled off, and now she's not really talking to him, and he doesn't know why, because according to him, everything went great. All right, man, are you ready to give her a call and see why she's not getting back to you?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
And did she ever indicate that maybe she was freaked out by long distance?
No, but if it did freak her out, I would think that would be something that she would tell me about before I flew all the way down to see her for our first date.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully.
Right. That is an expensive first date that you did.
All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Sierra, please?
this is she.
Sierra, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who's this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, okay.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Any idea why I'm calling you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know you guys. I'm sorry.
I understand. I don't know even what you would guess. I just want to see what you would guess. I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out with somebody on a date and then end up not calling them back, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And we got an email about you from Drez.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He told us how he met you online and even traveled to come hang out with you, and he thought everything was great, but since he came home, you haven't been returning any of his calls, and he's wondering if he did something wrong.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Wow. Well, I mean, so it's like you meet people online, and it's kind of strange, you know, and you just kind of hope you don't get catfished along the way.
Yeah, that's...
But Drez was absolutely amazing, and he was everything that he said he was. So, no, it was nothing like that.
Oh, my
Okay,
God.
so
So
it
you
sounds like
really
you like
liked him.
Yes, like, I had really strong feelings for him before he left.
So what happened? Are you just, I mean, he thought, you know, maybe he's jumping the gun and you were just really busy and that's why you haven't really talked to him?
No, like, okay, so I have been at this crossroads, right? So I like had this big surprise that I wanted to surprise him with. I've just been so confused. Like, okay, so my job wants to relocate. And it's close to him. It's in, you know, closer to that state, that area. And I wanted to get closer to him. I just didn't know how to do it, what to say.
So are you just scared? Like you're scared to tell him like, hey, I might be moving to your area?
I mean, you know, I kind of felt like, hey, this could be fate because this has never happened. I mean, I didn't want to seem crazy.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
seem
like
fast.
I'm moving in next door now.
After one day.
Right?
Yeah, but like not talking to him, that's crazy. Like, how is it going to be fate if you just don't ever talk to him again?
Okay, well, there's this other situation. So I went out.
Your husband has to move with you? Is that what it is?
Little situation.
No, my God, no, I don't have a husband.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
So my friends, they threw me a party, and for my going away party.
Yeah.
And it got so crazy.
Okay.
And I feel so horrible about this. But I hooked up with another guy that night.
Oh, okay.
But
So hold up. The moving thing is for sure, because you said it was a possibility. So you are actually going to be moving closer to Drez.
Yes, I want to. You know, like, I feel horrible about what happened.
Okay.
And so, honestly, I haven't spoken to either of them.
All right, so you feel guilty for hooking up with another dude.
It makes me feel so horrible because I know how I felt about Drez, and I know the weekend we had was like more than a freaking first time meetup.
Yeah, I heard you guys slept in the same bed.
I mean,
Well, yes, we slept.
but Drez even said you guys didn't have a relationship defining talk. You didn't set boundaries for each other because it was, I mean, yeah, it was a big weekend, but it still was your first date.
Yeah, well, that's true. The truth is, like, I really do care about him. And that it was more to me than a first date. I mean, who spends the whole weekend together on a first date?
Right.
Yeah.
And we just such a great connection. So, yeah.
And maybe you needed that hookup with that other dude to affirm everything you're feeling about Drez.
I think it was just a wild night.
Yeah. And who knows? You don't even know that much about Drez. He might like that sort of thing. I have no idea.
Oh, my goodness, no.
We should probably ask him because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
I'm sorry?
Drez is actually on the other line listening.
He
And he wants to talk to you.
Oh, my God.
So he knows everything now. Drez, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Oh, what up, man?
How are you feeling?
I gotta say, I'm really disappointed. I mean, I thought we had like this cosmic connection, and I haven't been able to think of anybody else. So I'm blown, man.
I haven't even been able to think about anything else but you, to be honest. Like, I'm just so sorry. I've just been so conflicted. I've been going through that and thinking about what happened and feeling horrible about that and thinking about you and moving my job, wanting to get closer to you because I totally enjoyed our weekend as well. Like, I am so sorry. Please forgive me.
I mean, if we hadn't been so far apart and we had, established boundaries or something, then I could be more upset. But we didn't draw that line. We didn't say, okay, now we're an item.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I would like to know what's the deal with you and this other guy? Is there some kind of future in that? Are you still seeing
Absolutely
him?
not.
You're sure about
Absolutely not. I'm certain of that.
So, like, was he better than me?
Oh, that is not a question you should ever ask.
No, of course not. Nope, never.
I am excited about the thought of you being closer to me because, I mean, I was ready to risk it all. I got to be honest. Like, if there was a situation where it was a distance, I would have come down there. I mean, I really felt like we had this just one-in-a-lifetime shot going, and whatever I had to do, I was going to do it.
Oh, man, that's so sweet.
Dude, now that is intense. You were worried about freaking him out, Sierra.
Yeah.
The feeling is so mutual.
Oh, best feeling ever. I'm jealous.
I love you too.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed out about this situation, but you're going to use your one get-out-of-jail-free card on this one.
All right. Well, then, Sierra, would you like to go on a second date with Dres? We'll pay for it. Not a plane ticket. Like,
Yeah.
we'll give you a gift card to go somewhere to eat, but he has to get to you or you have to get to him first.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You guys would do that for us?
Yeah. And we do it for everybody on the second date update. So.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
But
make
yes,
him
we will.
feel special.
We will do that.
Well, I did promise him that I'd be there the next time we had our date, so I'll be there.
Oh, my God. When are you moving here?
Well, my job moves within the next 2 weeks, actually, so sooner than I thought.
Oh, this is
There you
great.
go.
I'm
Dres,
so
you got a
excited.
second date.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I got to be honest. I'm really relieved. This is a big surprise.
So happy for you.
And look at you guys are already creating a great foundation of communication and understanding and forgiveness.
Yes.
Hey, Dres.
Yeah.
Is this where we tell her that we slept together last week?
Oh, my God.
Man, Jubal, shut up, man. Don't tell her anything.
Yeah, sorry to break the news to you, Sierra. Congratulations, you two. Keep in touch with us and let us know how everything goes, all right?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. You know how the saying goes, after you've just got out of a relationship, you got to jump right back on that horse. Or you got to let the horse jump back on you. However it works, that is what Mark tried to do on his date. He tried to let the horse jump back on him. Right, Mark?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
None of
It
us
means
do.
that you wanted to get back in the dating scene.
Okay.
Mark said that he wants to call this girl named Allison today. Apparently, Mark met her and they went out on a date. Recently, got out of a long relationship. That's what your email said, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about Allison, the girl that you want us to call today.
She works in my building, not in my office, but in my building, and my friends were trying to get me back in the game, and they hooked me up with her. And
So, you just work in the big business park. How'd you approach her?
a bunch of people from the building went to lunch together, and she was in that group and sort of hit it off there.
Was it like a setup where your friends are like, okay, we're all going to go to lunch. We're going to invite her.
No, it wasn't set up for me to meet her. She was just there, and I made the move.
All right.
Okay.
And I made my move.
Yeah, nicely done.
So tell us a little bit about your date. What'd you guys do?
We actually went ice skating.
Oh, that's so cute. I always want to do that for a date, and my husband will never take me.
Well, maybe Mark, if this doesn't work out for you, Mark, you can get a date with Brooke, I guess.
Yeah.
So you went ice skating, huh? How'd that go?
It was awesome. I only fell twice, and we hit it off. And we talked about how we both wanted to leave our jobs in the same building.
All right. So you both bonded over the hatred of your job. How did your date end then?
After ice skating, we got some hot chocolate.
Oh, my
and
God, you're adorable.
That was nice. And then I walked her to her car, and we kissed, and it was really nice. It was
you did
like a
kiss.
really nice date. Really good way to get back in it.
You actually kissed, and since then she hasn't called you?
Well, we have plans to go out again on a Saturday the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday rolls around, and she says, "Oh, can we push it to the next day?" I said, "Okay." And then after that, the next day comes, and she's like, "Oh, can we push it to next week?" And I'm like,
I hate that. Sucks.
So, Mark, I'm just wondering what could have gone wrong. Like, you mentioned that you just got out of a relationship. Did you happen to talk about your ex on the date?
I specifically avoided that topic.
That's good. A lot of people wouldn't do that. They would have taken her ice skating and be like, "Oh, man, Jessica used to like ice skating a lot. I miss ice skating with her,"
No. I've listened to your second dates a lot, so I know that's the wrong move.
I like the second dates are actually helping people learn how to date. So if everything went right, ice skating was cool, you kissed at the end of the date, why do you think she's blowing you off now?
I've been racking my brains, and I have no idea because it went really well.
Have you run into her in the building?
No, she works in a separate part of the building, so I never really saw her in the first place.
All right. Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Well, I have one more thing, though.
Okay.
It's the texts are really polite, and they're pushing this date that is theoretically going to happen. So it's not like she's, like, blowing me off. She just politely keeps moving.
So that's why it's so confusing, because it's not just, hey, I can't do it today.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, well, we'll call her, get your second date update right after this, all right?
Okay, but there's one more thing I have to tell you.
What is it, Mark?
I really appreciate you taking my call.
You're welcome. Is there, before I throw it to the song, is there anything else that you want to say before we go?
No, we're good.
All right. We'll play a song, come back, and get your second date update. Hang on the phone, all right?
Huh?
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Mark is on the phone with us. He emailed us about a girl named Allison. They met through friends at work. They went out ice skating, had some cocoa, kissed at the end of the date. Really nice date. Can't really find a reason why she wouldn't want to go out with him again. And she's been blowing him off, rescheduling in a very nice way. So he's not even really sure if she actually doesn't want to see him again or if for some reason she just really is rescheduling. We're about to call her right now. But Mark, before we get her on the phone, you got out of a long relationship, you told us.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you feel like this girl could be your next girlfriend?
I mean, I wouldn't be pushing it if I didn't think, like, we had something that could turn into something.
So there's something there, then?
Yeah.
And you're ready for another relationship.
Yeah, I think not really. Well, you know.
Start slow.
Yeah, all right. I was just curious if you really liked this girl, like, and you thought maybe you saw a future with her, or if you just thought that you wanted to go out on another date. Because
I mean, I definitely think there's potential there for it to turn into something more. I'm just really curious. I don't get it. I don't get why she keeps putting it off.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and then get your second date update, okay?
Cool.
Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Allison, please?
this is Allison,
Hey, Allison, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
the radio show.
Yes.
Hey.
How you doing?
Fine.
I'm calling you, actually, because you recently went out on a date with a listener of our show.
I did.
Yeah. His name is Mark.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you've been blowing him off for a couple weeks since your date, and he asked us to call and see if we could find out why.
He said I was blowing him off.
Mm-hmm. He said he's been trying to go out with you ever since your date, and you keep, like, postponing it.
Yeah, but I'm not blowing him off. I genuinely just needed to postpone it.
Okay. Should I tell him that you're actually going to go out with him one of these days then?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you waiting for?
Well, I mean, this is just, it's important, and I want to make sure that, like, I'm totally there for it. So
Okay.
I just needed to have the right time.
Are you trying to end another relationship?
No, definitely not. No, I'm single.
Okay. Well, Mark wants to know, because that's why he emailed us. Because you know how it is if you go out with someone and they keep, going, hey, I can't go out this week, maybe next week, and then they keep doing that. At a certain point, you feel like they don't like you.
I never meant to do that. Like, that was not my intention at all. No, I just needed more time.
Okay, because he's starting to get that vibe from you that you don't want to go out with him. What can I tell him then?
Can you just tell him that I just needed a couple extra days just to kind of get some things together?
That sounds so sketchy, though, Allison.
But it's not. It really isn't sketchy. I just needed a couple more days. I promise. I really do like him.
Are you just like out of time? Like you don't have enough time in your day, and your job's really demanding, or?
I kind of would rather not tell you guys because I think it might sound crazy, and I would really not want to come off like a crazy person.
That makes me want to know even more what it is, Allison.
Yeah, I'm thinking like you're going to get a boob job or something, and you need to get that finished.
No, not at all. I just feel like this could be the most important second date of my life, and I'd really rather not ruin the surprise.
Whoa, you like him that much?
Wow.
I do. I mean, I've been working on this picture book for him for the last I don't know, a couple of months, and I just want to make sure that it's perfect, and it's just not ready yet to give to him, and so I'm just trying to finish it.
You say you've been working on a picture book?
Yeah.
Have you
Of
even...
what?
I mean, I've been working on collecting some photos of the last, year or so of, I guess, of me liking him and, of our...
Allison, I guess I'm confused.
A year?
You guys went on that one date.
Yeah.
Right? Had you known each other beforehand? Because when we talked to him, he says that he knew you worked in the same building and you met, at a lunch.
Yeah, in terms of us dating, but I've known of him for about a year and a half or so. One of my girlfriends at work pointed him out to me, and we were with two totally separate groups, but our eyes met, and I just knew it was perfect. We were going to date, and so I had to wait it out.
So are the pictures? So what? I guess I don't understand exactly what you're building. You said a picture book. But what is a picture book of? Collages or something?
Just who we were before we started dating. So, I went to his high school and I got his high school yearbook photo.
What?
With that in it. And I recently dyed my hair blonde, so I have the before and after photo. Who we were before we got together.
And
Allison?
you're planning on giving him this on your second date?
Yeah.
And that's...
I think he'd really appreciate it. I think he'd really love it.
Wait, don't you have girlfriends to tell you that this is, crazy?
This isn't crazy. It's a book of my feelings and all of what we were before we're going to be together. And it's, I know how much he likes blondes, and the fact that I went and dyed my hair blonde, he's just going to appreciate it so much.
Allison, you know what? You're right. Allison.
When we get married, we're going to have this, shown at the wedding of what our lives were like before we were together.
Allison, you know what? If somebody had done that for me on a second date, I would think that was so sweet.
You are such a liar.
No. I would think that, it'd be nice if somebody went to all that work for me. Give me a picture book of things for the last year.
Yeah, see?
No, Allison. No.
I just wanted it to be sweet, and that's why I can't see him yet. It's not ready.
All right, Allison. Well, then I will tell him to just hold tight, and you will eventually go out with him. That's the message you want me to pass along?
That's exactly it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Allison, I also need to let you know that Mark is on the other line and just heard that. Mark?
Yeah.
Say hi to Allison.
Oh, my gosh.
Allison? What's going on? You've been collecting pictures of me? Allison?
Mark, it wasn't that you weren't supposed to find out about it this way. I have this beautiful book that I've just been working on, and I just wanted you to see it, and I haven't been blowing you off, I swear.
So you've been working on this since way before we even met?
I mean, yeah, because you were in a relationship, and so I knew that we couldn't be together. I'm not that kind of girl. Of course, I was going to wait until you were single.
How did you even know I was in a relationship?
I mean, we have mutual friends in at work, and so I just, I knew some things about you.
Wait, so you've been, stalking me for the past year?
No. I'm not that kind of crazy person. I'm not a stalker at all.
What kind of crazy person
I just
are
wanted
you?
to make sure that you knew what our life was like before, and it was documented.
Allison, this is creepy.
It's not at all. It's really just meant to be sweet and endearing, and I mean, you're really gonna love it when you see it. I promise.
I feel unsafe.
I don't think anybody blames you for that, Mark.
Allison.
Holy cow.
I think you've officially scared Mark a little bit.
Because of you. Because it wasn't supposed to be like this. He was supposed to see it on our date, and now you ruined it, and everybody knows it. I was supposed to show him this book, and he was supposed to just be so happy to see it.
Yeah, Allison, you know what? I'm sorry I screwed that up for you.
Thank you for the apology, but that doesn't change anything.
Allison, in your mind, how was this going to play out exactly? He was going to fall in love with you after you gave him a book?
Who the do you think you are?
Oh!
That is exactly what was supposed to happen.
Oh, honey.
Don't all honey me. You know this was a genius plan, and you're just upset because you didn't think about it.
Oh my gosh. There's so many things wrong with this.
You guys are such ass. How dare you spoil this
Allison,
on the radio for me?
Allison,
you ruined the surprise.
I don't know. Hey,
You
hey,
changed
Allison.
Everything. You made me
Look,
talk and everything.
Allison, I know that you're upset, but I haven't even asked if Mark would go out with you again. Like, the whole thing might not be ruined. Mark, would you like to go out with Allison again on a second date? We'll pay for it.
No.
See? It's because of you. You
yes.
ruined this. You did this.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Allison. I think Allison's gone.
Oh my
Man.
gosh.
I'm scared for my safety. And Mark, I
Yeah.
think you might need to find a new job and a new town.
I think calling you guys might have literally saved my life.
I think you're right.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 that says, I was super creeped out. If I was that guy, I'd run fast.
Yes.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you missed today's second date update, Mark wanted to call Allison. And when we got her on the phone, we found out the reason she wasn't calling back was because she wasn't ready to hang out with Mark yet.
Yeah.
Because she was collecting photos of him so she could make an album about how they were when they met.
Oh my God.
And
It's so weird.
yeah, it is weird and creepy, and he was creeped out by it. But then she blamed all of us
I
for
know.
ruining everything.
I feel kind of bad for her.
Oh, you shouldn't. She's weird.
She needed to learn that lesson.
Yeah, she did.
Someone in her life needs to talk to her.
Someone in her
have
life
good
needs to hug her.
friends.
They need to hug her
Yeah.
and say, don't start making a photo collage album of a dude you went on one date with.
Yeah.
Because it will probably creep him out.
Like a whole scrapbook. Like my grandma scrapbooks everything, and that's weird. You know, it doesn't make sense in
Yeah.
the dating world
All right,
either.
Grandma, stop being so clingy, all right? You
Oh,
got
I
enough
know.
pictures of me. What the hell?
Grandparents, parents, they are so clingy. And you're like, why are you watching me?
Yeah.
I didn't give you any approval to take those pictures when I was younger. And I'm thinking about calling the authorities.
Right?
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back. For today's second date update, a listener named Robert is on the phone, and his email started off by saying kids make dating difficult.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I didn't really read more after that. I just wanted to get him on the phone because, Robert, why are you dating kids?
Oh my God, that's so
Of course it's going to be difficult.
I wasn't dating kids.
difficult and illegal.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of things wrong with that,
Yeah.
Robert.
No, actually, I have a kid. I'm a single parent.
Oh. Makes so much more sense now, Robert. All right.
And-
Okay, you have a kid and somehow it made a date difficult for you?
Yes.
Okay, what happened?
So I met this young lady, Rebecca, online.
Okay, and were you upfront right from the beginning that you were a father?
Yes, I was. Actually, she's also a single parent, so I thought right off the bat we had that commonality.
Right, and who better to understand how dating is difficult when you're a single parent than another single parent dating?
Exactly. You know, and it's hard enough right now to even like have the time to even manage to meet someone, you know, let alone finding a match, just like scheduling wise with work.
Yeah, it's got to be a lot to handle. So you met her on a dating app?
Yeah, we were chatting. Eventually I had a plan to meet for dinner, and right before, about an hour and a half before the date, I forgot about my son's b-ball game. And, he had a game that night, and I felt awful. I had to call Rebecca to cancel. I was, very apologetic.
And did you have to cancel because you just wanted to be there or because you had to take him to the basketball game?
I forgot that I had to take him to the game.
Why don't you just put him on the bus and go do whatever you want to do?
Well, that
Can't do
actually
that?
could work. How old is this kid?
He's 6 years old.
Okay,
Six.
so that won't work. Never mind.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got to be 7 to ride the bus by himself.
Yeah.
So you called her to cancel?
Yeah. And to my surprise, she suggested, well, why don't we both go?
Oh, yeah. She's a mom. She probably understands your struggle.
Yeah. I mean, I was somewhat shocked. I mean, I thought, how cool is that? She
Yeah,
was,
why not use my 6-year-old's basketball game as a dating opportunity?
Yeah. So I figured, she was just really cool to even suggest that.
Yeah, that's cool. It shows that she's pretty easygoing. How was the date at your kid's basketball game then?
It was really good. She was very supportive.
Did you get seats right up front? Some good seats.
He got courtside at the 6-year-old basketball game.
We had front row seats. She was cheering him on, really cool. Every time they had the ball, every time he had the ball, very supportive.
Was he like, who's this strange lady cheering me on, Dad?
Actually, they met right before the game, so it wasn't that weird.
Okay.
That's good.
At halftime, I should mention this, there was a little romance that actually ensued during the game.
Okay, what happened?
She, she got a little hungry. I said, I'll be right back. I'll get some food. And she was like, I'll tell you what, if you bring me some popcorn, I'll give you a kiss. And I was like, back in a flash.
They didn't even have popcorn? You had to, drive to a movie theater to find some?
Pretty much. I had to leave. Yeah, pretty much. So she gave me a kiss when I got back. The second half started. She was cheering. My kids' team lost, unfortunately.
That's probably why she's not calling you back. She wants a winner.
Probably. I mean, actually, Rebecca was saying, good job, very consoling, even, they lost.
And that's where like, don't lie to the kid. He played terrible.
No. She was really cool, I have to say. And I was, I was even thinking, wow, this is wife material.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Whoa,
That's quick.
okay.
That's a quick jump.
Well, our first date where, she's hanging out with me and my kid. We went to dinner afterwards and we had, a great conversation. Our kids have a lot in common. They're only a couple of years apart.
Did your son come to dinner with you guys too?
Yeah, he came with us, and it was a lot of fun. She was asking a lot of questions about school, about sports, and, he was very comfortable with her. So, I couldn't help but think that this would be a possible, candidate here.
Okay, well, other than just the kid stuff, did you like her? Did she seem like you?
Yeah, it seemed like we had a spark. I mean, she wouldn't have given me a kiss, I don't think, if she didn't like me.
Good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
I don't know. Popcorn's pretty good. I do a lot of things for popcorn.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, how did everything end with her then?
I dropped her off, said goodnight. She gave me a hug. She said goodbye to my son, and here we are. That was 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard from her. I've been trying to get a hold of her, text her. I called her once.
Huh.
So it's, just really disappointing. Like I said earlier, it's really hard to find a time to meet someone. I don't know, if I might have said something to offend her. Or, it's really frustrated.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, all right?
Sounds good.
Okay, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Robert is on the phone, and he took the girl that he wants to call today. Her name is Rebecca, to a sporting event. Always a good idea, unless, of course, it's a 6-year-old's basketball game. What was the score, by the way, Robert? 9-6?
Seriously.
It's actually even less than that.
All right. Good job, kids. Good job.
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, Robert actually forgot that he had his kid the night that he scheduled a date with Rebecca. She has a kid too. And he had to take him to a basketball game. And Rebecca actually was like, fine, I'll go. So they went to the basketball game and then had dinner after. He said everything went great. He even got a kiss in the middle of the game.
Ooh.
And now she's not calling him back and he can't figure out why. You ready to get her on the phone, Robert?
Yeah, like I said, I just really want to find out why she hasn't gotten back to me. I can't figure it out. I'm completely baffled. So I just want to hear the truth. I just want to find out what the deal is.
All right.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure it out. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Rebecca?
Yes.
Hello, Rebecca. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
What are you doing?
That's how people talk on the phone.
Who is this?
Hey, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What? Who is this, really?
My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show. I talk like people do. Understand it.
You're calling me from the radio right now.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. How are you?
I'm
You sound confused, is what you sound.
Yeah, could it be the accent or could it be the radio part? Who knows?
What is this about?
Well, we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update, and you went out with a dude named Robert a little while ago.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. And Robert emailed us because he told us all about your date, And he also told us that
Wow.
you aren't calling him back or returning any of his text messages, and he was wondering why.
This is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me. What? I don't. Is this is for real?
It is, unless you haven't gone out with a guy named Robert.
No, I did. I did.
So, yeah, is there a particular reason you don't want to see Robert again?
You know, I just don't think that Robert and I will work out in the end. That's all.
He doesn't see that at all.
Okay.
Can you give us any information to give to him? I mean, that's why we do these, is so people can figure out what they're doing wrong in dating. And Robert really wants to know, especially when he said that you kissed him in the middle of the date.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wow. Okay, so he.
Yeah,
wow.
he told us. Yeah, he did tell us
Yeah.
that.
Whoa.
Either you liked him or you really liked the popcorn that you traded the kiss for.
Oh my! Are you kidding me? Right?
No.
This is. Oh boy.
Yeah, if somebody kisses me in the middle of a date, I usually think the date is going well. Yeah. But it sounds like, you know.
Well, it was going well then.
Okay.
So when did it change?
Well, oh my. Okay, so I don't know if he told you, but we went out to dinner afterwards after this game, and this thing happened at dinner, and it was just weird and awkward, and it was kind of a big deal. And I honestly I can't get it out of my head, and I mean it's that big, and
It's that big. It's that big.
It's so big. It's
You guys, she's not
And you
talking
found that
about
out at dinner?
The 6-year-old was at dinner with them. What are you talking about?
Well, I hope that didn't happen then.
Oh my God, Rebecca.
Am I right?
I'm
Am I reading
sorry.
into what you're saying, right, Rebecca?
Situation.
It was the situation.
Oh, okay.
What did
Can you tell us what happened? He's really curious.
Okay. We finished eating dinner, and his son asked for some ice cream, and his kid is 6. And so Robert tells him, no, he can't have ice cream.
Yeah.
Then he literally said, well, your team lost, and ice cream is for winners.
Ice cream is for winners.
Wow. What was the kid's
Damn.
response? He just he looked so sad and defeated. Like he had already lost his game. Like it was they're 6. They couldn't reach the basket. Like nobody scored. It was the worst. Like, right? It was one basket was the winning. And and then he just looked so sad and just heartbroken. Like it was just this simple little request after dinner, and it was just so harsh, and it was heartbreaking. Like I have my own kid, and I would never, it broke my heart. I just thought, what a jerk.
But
Well, think about that the next time they lose a game. Then.
I know you guys are joking, but growing up, my dad was my softball coach forever, and when we were in elementary school, we only got ice cream when we won.
Not my parents. You always got ice cream.
But that was understood going into it. Like if we win, we get ice cream. If we don't, we go home.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's harsh for a kid, I think. I just think, it's ice cream. It's not what are we teaching? I want to teach my kids that there's more than just, what the final score is in a basketball game. That's
Well, did you ask him what his, philosophy was with the no ice cream thing?
No, I didn't. But, I mean, his son was right there, and he just looked so sad. And, I mean, I didn't want to make a thing of it in front of his kid.
Right, because that's
get into a whole big conversation.
Yeah. She's like, I'll buy him some ice cream.
Yeah.
And we were done then. I mean, dinner was over. I just wanted to leave then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it seems like you could at least have told him, hey, our parenting theories don't match up.
They don't. Our parenting skills are very different, but I just didn't want to make a thing of it in front of his son.
Well, he is on the phone listening right now and wants to talk to you.
He's where?
I don't know. I'm somewhere, but he's on the phone. I don't know where he's physically sitting, if that was your question, but he is on the other line and wants to talk to you.
I hope you're joking.
Hi, Rebecca.
Nope, not joking. That's Robert.
Oh.
I mean, if you had a problem, this is the problem, you should have told me about it. You should have brought it up to me. I mean, my son knows the rules at home. When you win, you get ice cream. You don't win, nothing.
Well, I think it was pretty clear if you were listening to my whole call that I feel differently about winning versus losing and rewards and something as simple as ice cream. You did see your son's face, right? You broke his heart. It was the saddest thing to see his face like that. He's 6 years old.
He wasn't running hard enough. He could have run faster. They lost. I mean, I have to be tough on my son. I'm trying to prepare my son for adulthood. You have to work hard. You have to win.
Yeah, when he's the next CEO of some major company and writes a book called "Ice Cream Is for Winners," you'll see.
Robert, I mean, what is the purpose of doing the ice cream only for winning?
Give him motivation so he can work harder. I teach him to play hard, to be a winner, to give it his all, not to have it on the basketball court.
Whoa.
I mean, if you have a different parenting style, I mean, that's probably quite obvious in the way that you were brought up, in the way you're raising your kid. Maybe, I don't know.
So you're judging me right now? That's what's happening. You're judging me because I would give my kid ice cream in this situation.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
I believe that ice cream is for winners. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Okay.
And if you don't agree with that, then maybe you're the one that's not being a good parent.
Whoa! Dude, shots fired.
I mean, all I can say is that this basketball was more than half the size of your child. You think he needs to run faster? He's 6 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't understand this food for winning thing. I mean, you brought me some plain dry popcorn. You didn't put butter or salt on this popcorn, and I still gave you a kiss. So how about that, Robert?
I'll tell you why you gave me a kiss. It's because I'm a winner, Rebecca.
Oh, my God. Rebecca, I am so sorry for defending this guy for moments before we actually talk to him.
Yeah, if you have to identify yourself as a winner, that is the most loser thing you could possibly say.
Yeah, that is truth.
Well, in that case, would you like to go on a second date with Robert, Rebecca? We will pay for it.
Oh, my God.
No.
No. You sure you don't want to think about it some more?
Definitely still no.
He's a
Even
winner.
more no than it was that first night.
Dude, and Robert, lighten up on your 6-year-old, man. That's intense.
My son is going to thank me in about 20 years from now when he's making 7-figure salary, thanking that his dear old dad pushed him harder on the basketball court to run that little bit more than the other kids.
Oh.
You have to be tough in this world. And if you guys there in the recording studio don't agree with that, then I sincerely suggest you look at your own lives and how you were brought up and how you're raising your own children.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sure he's going to be thanking you, or his therapist is, for all the money he's going to have to pay.
And Rebecca, I see the future, and it will be your child washing my son's car.
Dude, rude.
You're crazy. You're like a crazy human. Of course you are. You called the radio to try to deal with this. You couldn't even read my social signs on the ride home that you were treating your kid like he is a CEO. He's 6. It was a big deal. He got his shorts to stay up for the whole game. Come on.
Good point.
I don't really have anything else to say. I think I said it all.
Yeah, I think we are. Rebecca said she doesn't want to go out with you again, so you do not get a second date, Robert.
Loser.
You say loser, I say winner. Okay. And all you guys can go to hell.
All right. Well, you don't get a second date, so I'm guessing no ice cream after this whole phone call for you, Robert. But keep winning.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Lots of texts in at 78592 saying, he's right. Ice cream is for winners. These stupid millennials and their participation trophies.
God,
Talking about today's
fired up.
second date update. Yeah, they are very fired up on the text message board. It's also very very split. A lot of different parenting techniques out there.
Definitely.
If you missed the second date update, this dude Robert wanted to call Rebecca. He's a single father. She's a single mother. He scheduled a date, but he forgot that he had to take his son to his basketball game that night, and she was like, well, I'll just come with you. Mm-hmm. So they went. He actually got a kiss at halftime, but she stopped calling him back. And the reason was because after they went to the game, they went out to dinner, and his son wanted ice cream, and he just said, sorry, ice cream is for winners.
Yeah.
Which is a quote that will now go down in second date history.
Totally.
And she said she didn't like the fact that he wouldn't get his son ice cream because he didn't win the game, so she didn't want to go out with him again. But yeah, it's very split on the text message board. Some people are saying I agree, ice cream is for winners. Yeah. And if getting everybody ice cream is what creates snowflakes these days. run to your safe space. And then other people like, everybody should get ice cream.
I was with him. You could say no to your kid for ice cream. That's no big deal. But then he started attacking her parenting style and calling her a bad mom. I'm like, okay, you're the jerk at the sideline of the kids' game who's yelling at the coach and is way too aggressive yourself.
And then he attacked all of us and how our parents were. And I'm like, dude, my dad tried to fight refs at every single game.
Yeah. Look how I turned out.
We should be friends.
I actually almost broke a guy's nose at a game once because I was angry at my dad yelling at me, so I hit the guy in the face so I could get kicked out of the game so I didn't have to hear it anymore.
Look at that's not a snowflake. That's just real solid parenting.
Look at where I went to. Very dark places in my life. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show. We will call the person who didn't call you back. The most successful dating site isn't Tinder. It isn't plentyoffists.com. Even though that's a really good one.
Wow.
But it's actually Instagram. A lot of people meet on Instagram, and apparently that's how Connor, who's on the phone for a second date update today, met the girl that he wants to call. What's up, Connor?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up? You decided to go with Instagram instead of Plenty of Fists, huh?
Yeah. I mean, Instagram is like the new Tinder, basically.
I don't think you heard what he said.
Yeah, I don't think you really.
I think a lot of people did.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
What's the girl's name you want to call today?
Her name is Kate.
Kate. All right. And how did you meet Kate on Instagram?
Well, as it usually goes, you kind of perusing around on the gram, and you see attractive women, and she caught my eye, so I started following her. She's absolutely gorgeous, and one day she posted this really you need to check it out for yourself. It's like really phenomenal picture. It's a boudoir picture, and it's stunning.
Okay.
Stunning.
Well, send it along. Tag us in it so we can check it out.
Oh my God. You're like salivating.
So were you one of the creeps that commented on it and like tagged your bro in it, and not even in the description, just tagged your bro in her picture?
I mean, they're posting photos for you to look at, so I wouldn't categorize it as creeping. No, what happened was there was a woman who commented on it, and I had no idea who this woman was, and she had said, "You look like a tramp in this photo."
Whoa!
Damn.
It's absolutely disgusting. And, how dare you post something like this on Instagram?
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, I know, right?
So you came to her defense? Were you the knight in shining armor? You saw your moment?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. This woman must have been jealous of the way Kate looked. So I chimed in and I said, look, if you don't like it, just unfollow her. Simple as that.
Whoa, damn.
Yeah, he came.
You said that, huh?
He said
the big comeback.
Yeah, and that was I guess that was my knight in shining armor moment, and Kate had reached out to me and she thanked me.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, no, that's nice. Cool. Is that when you asked her out on a date?
Yep, that's when I made some moves.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
You gotta take your moment.
And what was it like the first time you guys met in person?
It was great. I mean, she looked the same way she did on Instagram.
Was she still wearing that boudoir picture that she posted?
No. She had clothing on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think now is the time that we can switch to talking about her personality, guys.
Aw.
Did you guys connect? What'd you talk about?
Yeah, no, she was really cool. We talked about what she did for a living. We talked about Instagram and the pros and cons of Instagram and how it's causing problems in society, but there's also benefits to it, like this. And who would have ever thought? I mean, truly, I think Instagram is a way to meet people, whether it's friends or business connections or significant others. Why not, you know?
For sure.
So you thought of her as girlfriend potential then?
Absolutely. I was hoping. I mean, this was like the first hot girl I've been on a date with in a long time.
Nice.
All right.
In a long, long time. And we went to a bar for the date. Went really well. But, things took a turn when we were getting ready to go to the next bar.
Why?
I don't think it was a big deal, but she kind of took a weird step. She was wearing these really high heels, and she took a weird step, and she broke her heel.
And you started laughing uncontrollably.
I mean, I chuckled. I was like,
you did laugh. Okay, I didn't think you actually laughed.
I mean, I did. I mean, at first I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And then I kind of chuckled and thought it was kind of comical. But she needed a pair of new shoes.
Yeah, so did she leave? I mean, what do you do the rest of the night?
No, that wasn't the end of it. Look, we kind of laughed it off. We went to the next bar.
What, did she just hobble along?
No, well, we ended up getting a new pair of shoes for her.
Oh, okay. So you stopped along the way to another bar and got a new pair of shoes.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we got to the next bar, and we had a drink. And all right, I just want to get all these cards out on the table and say that this is the part where I may have screwed up.
Okay.
Uh-oh. We were having a great time making that connection, and my team was on the television. I just wanted to check out the game and see what was going on, see what the score was, see how things were going. And then I turned back, and she had this, like, totally pissed look on her face.
Whoa!
Because
Really?
how long had you turned around to watch the game?
I mean, maybe, like, a minute or two. Not.
Are you sure about that, or did you get completely wrapped up in it and forget that you were on a date?
That's a long time. And did you just turn around while she was in the middle of telling you something important?
I mean, I could multitask.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it at all.
It's pretty obvious when somebody tunes you out and starts watching a TV when you're trying to talk.
I wasn't tuning her. I was still listening. My ears were still available to her voice.
No.
Okay, so when you turned around and she seemed kind of upset, is that how everything ended, or did it continue on for a little bit?
Things got really awkward. I said I was sorry. It's just my team, and I apologized. And I thought we would be cool and everything would be okay after that, and it wasn't. She said, "You know what? I'm sorry. I gotta go meet up with my friends." And I went in for this hug, and it was just the most awkward moment of my life.
Oh, no.
Then she left, and I tried to reach out to her, because I was totally bummed. She was gorgeous. She was cool. She hasn't returned any of my texts, any of my calls, and I don't really think what I did was a big deal. That's the thing. Like, at the time, I was like, what did I do? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, maybe she got upset that I turned around to look at the game for a minute or two, but, like, that's me just digging for theories. I really don't think that's a problem, so...
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, all right?
Yeah, cool.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and Connor is on the phone, and today he wants to call a woman named Kate. He met her on Instagram. They went out to a bar, hung out. He says he had a good time, but hold on one second. Hang on.
What?
Oh, whoa. Cool. That was a big NBA trade. What are we talking about? We talking about something again?
I don't know. I feel like I'm talking to my husband all of a sudden.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, second date update. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Connor went out with Kate to a bar. He thinks the reason she's not calling back is because there was a moment where there was some sports on TV. He turned around to watch it for what he says is like 1 or 2 minutes. And then when he tuned back into the conversation, she just looked upset, and he thinks that's where everything went wrong. So we're about to get her on the phone and find out if that is the reason he's not getting a call back. All right, Connor, did you hear about the trade?
Are you watching?
I'm sure
Yeah,
Connor
you watching
did.
it right now?
Yeah.
No, but I guess I got to check Sports Center tonight.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, even though you said that only lasted a minute or two, I think that's all it takes. Like, if that was an issue for her in previous relationships, and she's like, red flag, I'm not getting into that again, where I'm dating a guy who is so obsessed with sports that he can't pay attention during one meal or one drink.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe her past was haunting her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out. All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Kate?
Yes. Who's this?
Hey, Kate, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the show?
Kind of.
Okay.
Oh, is it
kind
big?
of familiar is what we go for, so that's good.
Hey.
Well, I'm calling today because actually one of our listeners emailed us about you because you're super hot on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we just want everybody to follow your Instagram. So you want to shout out your handle or no?
Wait, are you serious? Like, what is this?
No, we don't want to just promote your Instagram. This dude that you went out on a date with named Connor actually emailed us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does he want?
Well, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. And Connor has been trying to get a hold of you, but apparently you don't want to go on another date.
No, I don't.
Did you just find that he wasn't the right person for you?
Just like when we were talking before we actually like met in person, I thought he was going to be like a nice guy.
Yeah.
He seemed like a gentleman, and then we went out one time, and he was not.
He wasn't a gentleman?
No.
So he didn't like open your doors and stuff?
Like he did that. I don't know. Like it was okay at first, but then he decided to be like a jerk at some point during the night.
Was it because he stopped listening to you to watch sports for a second?
Wait, how do you know about that?
Well, because we talked to Connor and he told us all about your date.
Okay, so did he tell you about how I like broke my heel on the date?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that you guys...
Oh, that's right. He did say he laughed at you a little bit.
Well, it was like, okay, it wasn't even the fact that he laughed, because, like, I mean, like, I laughed too. Like, it wasn't, like, that part wasn't a big deal. But then, like, so we went to go get new shoes, because, like, obviously I can't walk around like that. So we're at the shoe store, and I just kept, like, trying to drop hints and be like, yeah, like, these were, like, my favorite shoes. I'm so upset. Like, this happened on our date.
What's the hint, though? I don't get what your hint was. Hint to what?
Well, like, I keep mentioning, like, over and over, like, yeah, like, it happened on this date. Like, you know, we're on a date, and he just doesn't seem to be getting it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You guys don't? Like, how do you not get it?
What? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I don't understand what the problem is.
You're in a shoe store, and what? You like your shoes.
What I'm saying is my shoe broke on our date. So I feel like that means it's his responsibility to buy me new shoes.
What?
Wow.
Why would that be his responsibility? Did he break your shoe?
It's not like he physically broke it, but it's kind of his fault, because if I was sitting at home, my shoe would not be broken.
No.
Okay.
No, that is a stretch. That
Yeah.
is such a big stretch.
I don't feel like that should be his responsibility.
Well, okay, think about it this way, though. Okay, he invited me out. Like, I expect him to pay for, like, the meal, drinks, like, whatever we do, I would expect him to pay for.
Okay.
So, like, by the same logic, if my shoe breaks, that's just an expense of the date.
That's a date expense?
That's like saying if while on your date your car gets stolen, he has to replace your car.
I mean, but that would never happen, because I would never drive myself to a date. Like, obviously, he's going to be picking me up. It's just like, it's a thing for me. Like, you know, like, I want to date a guy who's going to be, like, considerate. You know, like, obviously, if I'm upset that my shoe is broken, he should care. Like, he should want to fix that. He should want to make me feel better, not make me have to pay for shoes on a date that
Oh my God.
Okay.
You are so high maintenance.
Wow.
I'm not, like, high maintenance. Like, I don't like being called high maintenance. I'm just saying I know how I deserve to be treated, and I'm not going to settle for less. Like,
Okay.
I just think
He didn't treat you badly. Okay, whatever. Oh my God. I can't.
You have your standards, I guess.
This isn't a standard. This is dumb.
Well-
I do, and if he's not going to meet them, like, somebody else will.
Wow.
Okay, so you're just looking for a sugar daddy.
I'm not looking for a sugar daddy. There's a difference. Like, if I was looking for a sugar daddy, like, sure, I could have some dude pay my rent. Like, that wouldn't be a problem.
Okay, hold on one second, because I think I heard Connor try to chime in there, because Connor's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Yeah, I was going to say, could you guys, like, chill out and let me listen to what she has to say?
What?
Huh?
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, Connor's on the other line, Kate, and wanted to talk to you.
Oh, my God, of course.
Kate, honestly, I'm just shocked. I had no idea that you wanted me to pay. It didn't even cross my mind for a second.
Okay, but that should cross your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're on a date, you know, like, you asked me out, my shoes broke as a result of me being out with you, and I don't understand why you wouldn't think that you should even offer.
Look, you're probably right. I just wish you would have asked me. I'm not a mind reader.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, but, like, I don't feel like I should even have to ask. I think that's just obvious. And then I'm, like, dropping hints, too, that you should have picked up on.
Hints.
Well, then I need to pick up, like, a copy of Dating for Dummies at the bookstore, because clearly I don't know the rules of dating. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, apparently not. Like, that was just extremely rude. Like,
It was extremely rude that he didn't pay for your shoes that you broke on the date.
So there's actually some women who would think it'd be extremely rude if he insisted on paying. Like, I don't need you to pay for my things. I am a successful woman with my own job, and I could pay for my own damn shoes.
No, that makes no sense. Like, I'm not asking for a lot. I'm just asking for you to act like a gentleman. Like, that's it.
I'm so sorry. This just has never happened to me before. I've never been in this situation. I just really didn't know how to handle it. So I don't really know what more to say.
Well, maybe you just haven't been on a date with girls like me before. Like, quality women. Like, I don't know what kind of, like, trash bags you're normally dating. You would just settle for, like, that kind of treatment. But I'm certainly not going to.
You're 110% right.
Oh, my God.
Connor, is that really okay with you? All this? Like, you're still attracted to Kate?
I mean, I do feel bad. I feel like I ruined her night. Feel kind of guilty.
And my shoes.
I'm really sorry, Kate. I was totally out of line, and I promise I will keep an eye out for exactly what you need. I just want to see you again.
I mean, I don't really know what else to say to you at this point unless you're going to, like, reimburse me for the shoes.
Don't you dare, Connor. Oh, my God.
Still on the table?
I mean, if you want me to, I totally will.
You will. How much did these shoes cost, by the way?
Yeah, are they like red bars?
Yeah.
I'm lucky for you, there were some of my cheap ones. They were like $220 or something like that.
Oh, my God.
$220?
Those are the cheap ones.
Dude, Connor, if you're going to continue this, I hope you have a big bank account.
Yeah, dude.
Connor, are you willing to drop $220 to reimburse her for those shoes that she paid for to go on another date?
Yeah, of course. I had a great time. And
Dang, bro.
Okay.
$220 is, look, it's worth the investment.
All right, well,
Investment.
then I'm going to ask the question. Hey, Kate, would you like to go out with Connor again on a second date? We will pay for the meal. He'll buy new shoes, I suppose.
Wait. Kate, let me just get this out there. I'm not just doing this because I think it's the right thing to do. I genuinely like you. I had a great time with you, and money isn't everything. And I'd rather spend the money and see you again than not.
Okay, are you going to actually behave like a gentleman this time? Like,
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I would be willing to go out with you one more time, but, like, seriously, if you mess up at all, like, that's it.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
And you just wait. On your date, her designer bag is going to break. And, oh, my God, suddenly I need to get a new $500 purse.
Zipper popped off.
Yeah, who knew?
I mean, I'm just saying if my bag did break, he better be ready to replace it.
Hey, look, a promise is a promise. Whatever you need, my credit card is ready.
Oh, my
All
God.
right. So,
I can't
Kate,
believe this is working out.
You'll go out with Connor again as long as he doesn't make any mistakes because you have a zero tolerance policy. Connor, you're willing to pay for whatever Kate needs during your date.
100%.
Okay, well,
All right.
sounds like a real love story.
Yeah, you might want to have to pay for dinner, Connor, too, because all we have at the radio station are like gift cards to chain restaurants, and I don't think Kate's going to want to eat at those places.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text message in at 78592 that just says Connor is doomed. And I think I agree. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude Connor took a girl named Kate out on a date. They went to a few bars. He said there was an awkward moment when her shoe broke, and he laughed and thought it was funny. She didn't think it was that funny, but they had to get a new shoe because her high heel broke. And the reason that she wasn't calling back was because he didn't offer to pay for the shoe.
Wow.
And buy her a new pair of shoes because technically it was on the date, so it's a dating expense.
Hey, but he was up for it, man. He's like, I'll pay for anything. And someone else texted in, I'm pretty sure her car's going to break down on the second date.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. We all thought it was pretty unreasonable, but Connor totally understood and said that, you know what, if she went out with him again, he would refund the money for the shoe and then also take care of whatever expenses happened on their second date. So they're going to go out again, and it sounds like he's going to be in debt. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.